What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. We got a big announcement. As you saw in the title and probably the thumbnail, there's a big announcement. And we could all just tell you right now, okay? But instead, we made a different video to tell you. It's still me telling you. It's just different lighting, and there's probably some music and stuff. You know, look, we got a lot of people on staff here, and we got to find things for them to do.
Okay, can we just play the video?
Yeah, this is losing steam. I feel like it's losing steam. I feel like we should try to draw this out as long as possible. Guys, it's a huge announcement.
Come on.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to announce before we get to the huge announcement?
I'm gonna play the video. Okay?
Does anybody have any announcements?
Can we play it?
There's a big announcement coming, guys. But prior to that, Miles, any milestones in your life you'd like to share?
Milestones.
Hey,
Play the
anything.
video. Play the video.
Play the video. Okay, I'm just saying, before that, Dove, is there anything that you would also like to announce? This is an announcement time.
I had a date the other night.
No,
God,
no one
play the
gives a
video.
shit, dude.
Just play the video.
Fuck.
Toronto. The last time I was on stage in your city, I made a promise. Some of you probably remember it. You see, I've been coming up to Toronto to do shows for a decade now. I remember the first show I ever headlined there. It was for 100 people in a great little comedy club on Bloor Street called Comedy Bar. And every time I came back up, a few more people came out, and we went from doing comedy clubs to movie houses to music halls to these majestic theaters. And even when that pussy-ass venue canceled my show because some of my jokes were offensive, we switched venues and you guys came out in droves, and that meant a lot to me. I assume that's because despite the venues getting fancier, there's one thing that has always remained the same, and that is that everyone gets these jokes. You know, when you walk in the venue, everything is fair game. Now, for the last 10 years, every time I came up to Toronto, there is one venue that I would walk by, and I would look at this venue, and I would say to myself, one day, I'm gonna fucking earn that. And I'm gonna put on the craziest show this city has ever seen. And the last time I was on stage in Toronto, I made a promise.
I just really appreciate you always supporting me. Next time we're here, we gotta do this shit where the Raptors play. I'll tell you that much. That's
September 30th, the Scotiabank Arena. I'll see you where the Raptors play. Hey! Okay. Rate the cringe factor. How were we? Where were we? 1 to 10 on the cringe factor.
The only cringy thing is I almost cried watching it. That's the only cringy thing.
You're very
Buddy,
sweet.
that was fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Gross, dude.
Son, that's my, I don't give a fuck. I'm a cry, bro. Look how you're dressed calling me gay. How fucking dare you? How dare you not cry dressed like that?
This is the best part.
I can't believe it.
You remember what happened yesterday? We
Yeah.
were supposed to record.
Alex dressed like all 3 Golden Girls.
Bro, Alex had this outfit on yesterday. We were supposed to record. We did Patreon, and then he was like, "Dude, I can't waste this outfit on
another one
Patreon."
that was fire.
He found it in the back room.
Oh!
Because he said, "I don't want to waste the fit on Patreon."
Son, I look too good.
No. I understood that. I understood
right?
that. Yeah.
You respect it.
Yeah. Sometimes
He's just a hater because
sometimes you put on a fire fit and you're like, not enough people saw this.
Exactly.
Not enough people saw
run
this.
it back.
I did run it back, but he did run it back.
Yeah.
No, but he didn't wear it on Patreon.
Son, I'm not you with only 3 shirts. Like,
Hold on. The outfit was too good for Patreon?
Yes! That's what I'm saying. So he dressed like a bushwick girl.
So Patreon's getting the B-sides?
Yes.
it was still kind of fire, though.
Bro, you found it in a lunch cabinet.
I mean, I got some fire shit in here just laying around.
It was overalls.
I found a diamond in the rough, bro.
Anywho,
yeah, congrats on
Toronto,
Scotiabank.
Thank you. Toronto, very excited for this. This is gonna be crazy, man. I'm very excited. And so right now, go get tickets. Oh, wait a minute, when this is coming out, no, you can get tickets tomorrow, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. DeAndrewSchulz.com. It's on pre-sale. So just for you guys, make sure you use the promo code Andrew. Go get that. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
So
That shit is major, bro.
yeah, it's cool.
In a fucking arena.
Yeah, it's cool. That's the first arena.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's how you feel. An arena, bro.
Yeah. There's only 2 I care to do. It was Toronto, Scotiabank, and obviously,
Why Toronto?
Toronto's been like the city that's held me down,
Yeah.
like New York.
Yeah, they do
For me,
show
it's
love,
like,
yeah.
since the beginning, to be honest. It was like I think the first theater I ever did was in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I just been going there for so long, and people have been coming out for so long.
Yeah,
like Brilliant Idiots fans from back in the day, they would show so much love when I came out there.
You know what's cool
Toronto's
too
the
is
best.
Toronto's got such cucky policies.
Yeah.
It's great that the fans are still flagrant.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
The city policies are mad cucky, but
Bro.
the fans still fuck with the flagrant.
The last Toronto show, I think that was like their first live show since the pandemic.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So they were like we did those 3 shows there, and it was crazy. Like people were finally coming out.
The Sikhs were fired up. You remember? All the security was all the Sikhs, all the Punjabis.
Oh, I thought you were saying
I
the
think the
six.
six.
Like
Yeah, I think
Toronto's
it was
a six.
Is that why they all moved there? Yeah. I was wondering about that. Actually makes a lot of sense when you say it. But they were all the security, and I was like, why? And it was the warrior thing.
Yeah,
And they were like, yeah, well, that's what we do.
Yeah, it is what
Yeah,
they
we
do.
keep
That and
shit
trucking.
secure. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So yeah, I've always, I don't know, every time I went there, I was like, yo, I got to do this, man. And it was just so cool. Opportunity came, and yeah, I'm really excited for it. Really excited for it. And now we got to just make this show a spectacle, you know?
Which you will.
Yeah, we got
Not
to do
even
it.
fucking
We got to
question.
do it. We got to do it. We got to do it. That's the thing when you do an arena, it's like, or when you get into these bigger spaces, how do you fill that fucking space?
Yeah, but you've been thinking on that level since comedy clubs.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt.
Yeah. We got some ideas. We
You
got
can
some
top
ideas.
Taylor Swift.
I don't know about that
Come
one,
on,
bro.
bro.
I don't know about
You
that
can
one.
top Taylor Swift.
I don't know about that one. She's single now.
Oh yeah. Wait. I'm asking.
I can't top. I bottom her. I think she wears the pants in a relationship. How tied to the fact that her boyfriend was making?
Wait, real quick before we move on. Don't move on. You're doing a fucking arena. But I do need to ask you this. If pre-sale's on sale tomorrow, are they annoyed that you're announcing this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a whole agreement.
I'm positive this is
Yeah.
a massive, whoever you're working with
Yeah.
was like, hey, announce on Wednesday.
Yeah, we had a whole agreement. And they were like, you have to announce on Wednesday. And I was like, got it.
Yeah, look at my email feed right now. Not good.
He's up. This guy loves y'all, Flagrant. This motherfucker loves y'all.
Yeah, it was a fun call. And they go, there's a press release going out at 6 a.m. Wednesday. And I was like, got it. No, he's going to know until 6 a.m. Wednesday.
You said pre-sale goes on sale tomorrow, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. I didn't really pick up
what
that
they
that's
didn't
weird.
know is that our podcast comes out on Tuesdays. So that's when it's announced. What do you want me to not announce it on the podcast?
They
Like,
can't tell
yeah.
you anything, bro.
No.
They can't even tell you about your own shows. Or else you're going to tell everyone before it's time to tell them.
Yeah, you gotta keep it a secret from me.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I gotta find
Yeah,
out.
you got to find out on Instagram. Oh, shit, I'm doing
shit, we
Scotia.
headlines.
That's
If
crazy.
you were an NBA player, you would have to get found out you traded from like TMZ or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
ESPN.
yeah.
100%.
He's that
Yeah.
one.
I'd be the jet dude that showed up to the facility and his code didn't work.
Yeah.
It's foul, bro. And they had the camera waiting for it. Nobody even talks about that. There was a dude they hired.
It was
to just
Jamal
wait
Adams,
there.
right?
Was
Yeah,
it Jamal?
yeah, Jamal Adams, I
But
think.
there was a dude just waiting. You know he was pulling up like, this is kind of odd.
Yeah.
Why is there a camera waiting at the door for one specific shot?
Why is he smiling?
But if you
so
got
big?
traded, let's say
Yeah.
you played for the Raptors and they traded you, you would for sure call your own press conference and be like, yo, you're not supposed to know this. I'm getting traded tomorrow.
Oh, I'd be salty on Twitter for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I would be salty on Twitter for sure. Actually, once I
You would
found
have a
out,
whole video.
bro, once I found out that I was getting traded, I would say I demand a trade. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like breaking up with a girl before she break up with you, you know, even though she's gonna actually do it. So I'd be like, I demand a trade to whatever team I was gonna go to.
Yeah.
I would say I demand a trade.
Yeah, I'm going to Orlando. They're
That's
like,
it.
Yep, you
My
are.
dream.
You are.
You know what I mean? You
are
gotta let the
going.
kids play, whatever. That's what, yes, 100%. Shout out Toronto. So
Hell
yeah, I'm excited. We gotta get some folks out, man. We gotta get Drake doing stand-up.
Oh,
I love that.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
He would actually
be
be
good
good.
at it too.
He is
He's good at everything.
he is shockingly good. I saw him do some roast of like Nike execs.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did a thing that is very rare for people who don't know how to do stand-up or who have never done it before. Usually when they do it, they're like very like needy on the laugh. They're like really delivering the punchline. They're like super telegraphing
Yeah.
it. And he did a thing that like usually people who haven't done it before don't do. And he kind of like almost threw away the punchlines. So he wasn't like screaming for the energy back from the crowd. And I was like, all right, that's kind of good. But that would be kind of wild.
Yeah. I mean, you saw him when he hosted the ESPYs?
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he was good. And even
good.
the sketches he did with DeMar DeRozan, speaking of Raptors back then. I mean, the guy's fucking funny.
Yeah.
He just is.
Low key, the ESPYs have really good writing or hosts. Because John Cena killed that shit too, I think.
Yeah.
Our boys wrote for Yasser Lester and his brother wrote for.
Oh, really?
But yeah, they wrote for them.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire.
Drake probably watches. You know.
Yeah.
I saw he caught on to the wave, you know. He caught on to,
when I saw that,
he caught
I was
on to
like,
the waves.
Al is never going to shut up.
I'm just saying.
He's in album mode.
I'm the boy.
What are you dropping?
Bro. I'm the boy, bro. Nah, but he's watching. So Drake, yeah, come out, do some jokes.
Okay,
bro.
so you think the nails are the new thing right now?
I mean, it is.
They are than you think, but
I
Al acting like he started it, which annoys me. I thought Mark, I'm super tight.
Son, I was on
Remember
it,
Mark
right?
did this shit during pandemic and we shamed him out of it?
Wait, you did nails?
Yeah, he did painted nails during pandemic and we shamed
Son,
the fuck
he
out
was
of him.
with his niece
Al
or some
first.
shit like
now
that.
I'm with my niece.
Now it's excuses. He was gay before. He was gay when he did it before. But now you
We
with your
shamed
nails.
you out of it and you stopped. So,
Oh!
like, that's it.
Too flimsy.
Nah, I
come
leveled
on.
up. I leveled up.
Yeah?
You still doing that though?
Real
That's cool.
talk.
No,
I
it's
did
cool.
that shit in the 90s. Wait, when did I go to college? Is that the 90s? Everything the 90s to me now. Back in the days, the 90s.
Son.
When was I in college?
02 to 06.
02, so almost the 90s.
You know what's crazy? The 90s was 30 years ago.
Son, you know
When
what?
people say
Chill
30
out.
years
Stop
ago, don't you
talking
think
like
like 60s, 70s?
Ooh, damn, bro, that shit hit my chest.
Stop talking
Son,
like
son,
that. That's
30
crazy.
years ago?
30 years ago,
About
dog.
time I did this fucking arena. How long I've been in this goddamn career, bro? Holy shit. Nah, 30 years ago.
We're living in our 5th decade.
Oh!
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
wild, bro.
Wow.
That is wild.
What do you mean, y'all?
Shut up.
Al just goes, y'all. I was like, no, you also.
Nah.
When were you born, Al? 89?
88, 89?
85?
88.
88.
Same.
Oh, wow, old as hell.
Same?
No, saying you're
Son,
also
you
living in
old,
your
bro.
5th
Al, you too old to be painting your nails, bro.
Come on, son.
Son, the painting nail shit is cool, but you too old for that shit, bro.
Drake's older than me.
Even
Drake's older than me. But now I gotta stop it because now everybody
Now
hop
it's
on
too
the wave.
popular,
Yeah,
huh?
I know.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I gotta set a new trend. You know?
What's the new one?
sucking dick.
Nah, you got that one first. you been on that one.
Yo, you can't dick ride, man.
Yeah.
Look. If it's not,
That was nice of you.
listen, what'd I do right there? What if it's not the nails, what would it be?
I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
Okay.
I gotta figure it out, bro.
How long did it take you to figure
I know
out
it's not the
nails?
cut.
Like, because I know that was only your idea. How long?
How do you figure it out?
Yeah,
What's
how
the
did you
secret?
figure out the nails? Like,
The nails was me.
But how did you figure it out? Like, what was it a dream?
Nah, you know, I just winged it. You know,
Off the cuff.
off the cuff out.
Nailed
baby.
it
Off
immediately.
the cuff
I
out.
hate you so much. Dude. I hate this so much, dude. I hate it. I really do.
Nah, once the haircut catches on, you know he gonna take credit for that shit.
Oh,
Yeah, but I actually had
he took credit for a guy that didn't get the haircut.
Oh yeah.
But buddy, we haven't seen this
son,
haircut
that was
since
fun.
1941.
Son, that was
wait,
funny.
Wesley Snipes had it in Blade.
So, yeah, Wesley did kill it actually, in Blade. And everybody loved that shit. I think the 90s are really coming back. But was that the 90s? Was the 90s?
It, well,
No, it was
everything's the
Demolition
90s.
Man.
Everything's the 90s.
Or was it Blade?
Nah, Blade.
Demolition Man, he was blonde.
Oh yeah.
Nah, but Blade he had that exact cut.
Yeah, I saw Luca. I got gassed up. Luca put a picture on his story
Crazy.
of him getting his fade.
Yeah.
But the barber set the line for the fade first and he posted the picture. And it looked like it was just my cut. And I was like, they riding, bro. I texted the group. I texted multiple group chats. I was like, yeah, where's your jokes now? When the greatest white NBA player ever got my fucking haircut.
First they do it, then they copy.
That's it.
The exact
I think that's what I said, right? It's true. It is true.
yeah.
Next story. I didn't even go to the next story because I was so excited. I clicked to next story, fade all in. Regular haircut that he already has. So it hasn't caught on just yet, but it's coming, bro. It's coming. Don't
But
worry
he
about
will.
it.
He will.
Nah, it's definitely coming though.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, it's gonna come.
How
If
many
you-
people gonna get the fade,
But
bro?
you gotta stay with it.
Yo, I don't get fades. I catch them, son. Yo, I don't
you
get
get
fades.
fucked up?
I catch fades, bro.
No, you give fades.
Wait, let me try that one more time. So in the 90s, it was different. It was different in the 90s. It was different in the 90s.
He was workshopping this line yesterday.
Damn, bro. I thought I workshopped it. There wasn't enough black people there. Listen. Okay. What is it again? What is it? Hold on. What is it again? Come on, Blanche. What was it again? Come on, son. Stop playing with me right now, Al. Stop playing with me. What is it? I don't get fades.
I give them.
I give fades.
No, I don't catch fades.
No, I don't get fades. I give them.
Workshop it a little
Yeah,
more.
we can workshop.
We're back. Sorry, Miles, you got to make that cut. Listen, speaking of this haircut, Kanye has been out and about with his girl. Well, I feel bad for his mannequin wife, whatever. It's just like every morning they wake up and he's like, okay, I'm going to turn you into a fleshlight. And you're just going to walk around LA with this, and then people are going to take pictures of us, and that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah, dog.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for her.
Why not?
She signed up for that. We saw the previous one. What was the other one? White chick?
Kim?
Oh,
No.
Fox, Julia Fox.
Fox, yeah. Like, he blew her up. People actually cared about what she was doing during that time. After they split,
It is a career
little
come up.
dry.
I never knew her name before this.
You saw her getting flirted with at the mall?
Bro,
Yeah.
getting rizzed out of control.
That video was fire.
Bro, I called my girl and I said, watch this, tell me what you think of this. Like, I was like, yo, you need to, like, would you behave in this manner?
And what was the consensus?
She was like, no, this is crazy. Good. Like, this is a married woman cheesed out of her mind. Her whole face is just wrinkled up. She's so happy that this guy's talking to her. And then we don't even know if he got the number or not.
Nah, she told him. She's like, nah, I'm sorry, I'm married.
And then the video cut. She probably sucked his dick right there.
All right, you can't say that.
Bro, she might have,
can't
dude.
say that.
No, dude, it was crazy.
Suck his dick through that thing?
Yeah. That's why he put
That's
her
why
in the
he
dog
put it on
cone.
her. Yeah. It's like a dog collar you keep from so they don't
Put her
lick
in
their
the dog
balls.
cone and be like, hey, stop
Yeah.
sucking everyone's dick, dude.
They both got to cock back the foreskin. Dude.
What about his
I don't know.
T-shirt?
Say again?
I love Jews, bro. Dove was like,
I thought it was Italian. It's German?
Dove was like, he's selling his racist shit. I was like, why? Why?
Nah,
Dove?
but Dove can do that with Kanye.
Hold on.
Because Kanye's
He's
got a
earned it.
history.
Yeah,
a very
he's earned
recent
it.
history.
Hold on.
He's not
Well,
looking
of
for
course.
it.
Why?
I'm not looking for it.
Why?
I just saw it and I was like, oh, it looks like
Yeah,
an
but
Italian
Kanye
thing.
probably did that shit on purpose.
Can you say what we're saying they about?
Yeah, the Kanye shirt says Police or whatever, which is German police. That's the German word for police. That's what they wear in Germany. So there's a lot of countries in Europe.
Did the
It
Nazis
don't-
turn into police? Was there police and Nazis?
Yeah.
So there was the SS and then there was just police.
Yeah, but it was like the brown shirts became the party and then became, I don't know. There was Gestapo, there was SS. SS were the worst. Probably Gestapo too. Also the Hitler
Maybe the
Youth.
police were good.
Yeah, maybe they were good guys.
Maybe there were some good Jew-loving police
Yeah.
in Germany. We don't know.
Maybe they didn't do the Jew hating, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that was.
Maybe they knew Anne Frank was up there. They didn't do shit about it the entire time.
Yeah.
So maybe he's turned a new leaf. Maybe this is Jew positive Kanye.
And
Bro, actually not really, because if it is foreskin around her, he's like really driving it home with the He's like, I love foreskin. Foreskin is the best thing ever.
Yes.
Here's my German shirt and my German dick.
And why are shoulder pads racist?
Son, this shit is gonna catch on, bro.
Oh God, the shoulder pad thing?
Yeah.
Dude.
All you non-shoulder having motherfuckers, this shit's gonna catch on. Son.
I don't know.
Why is that racist to have shoulder pads, though? Is that part of it, or is it just the German thing?
What's racist about this? This could be the current police.
Why that police?
I mean,
Why that police?
I mean,
Why not NYPD?
it's not Nazi Germany anymore.
Oh yeah, are all Germans Nazis too? If he was just wearing a German
That's
flag,
what I'm
would
saying.
that be?
No, but you're also not allowed to wear a swastika in Europe.
But that's not a
especially-
swastika.
That's not a swastika.
I don't know.
Can
wear a
Germans
swastika.
never do anything good?
That's
do you
what
not
I'm saying.
listen to Beethoven? Do you not like once? What is it called? That thing that happened in Germany?
The Holocaust.
Did that happen? No. No. Once World War II, obviously Holocaust happened. Is everything after that Germans are bad? No. Forever? There's got to be a good. You worked in Germany. You lived in Germany. You
Love the
slept with
Germans.
Germans.
Love them.
See?
You lived in Germany?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wild.
Dove is Mossad, low key.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
I think this entire time, like every time I see Dove a little bit stressed, and I'm like, oh, I have to remember he's also an international spy.
Yeah.
So he's managing all of this while also finding a way to like keep down.
Yeah.
It is early.
Those who shall not be named. All right.
I fuck with it.
You like it.
Wear it.
Yeah,
Go, wear it. Do
It's
it.
growing on me.
Do it. Wear it.
No, the shoulder pads, not the polizier.
I mean, the whole look.
What are the police supposed to wear in Germany?
But that's like riot gear police. Like, what's he doing?
I mean, he's, what is it called? Dog whistling?
Yeah.
Is that the term?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't call anybody gay.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
If you're of the culture, you can call me
Okay.
black.
There you go.
Oh, if you are gay,
Yeah.
you can call. So you meant it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Very good.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
Come on, you're very close.
This, I don't know if this is gay.
Very close.
Nah, son, you look like a greaser.
Yeah, I'm
So
a greaser.
If he was at Pride Parade, you don't think that would fit? That outfit fits. If he's on one of the floats,
I think if I take this off and I go like full Freddie Mercury,
wow.
yeah, that's
then
it.
it's this.
Yeah.
But just this, I'm just like a fucking stud.
Hey, how
With
you
the
doing?
hands put back.
Like, the mustache
Fred
and the
Mercury.
slick is always going to be this, you know.
It's
the 50s.
super hot, sexy guy. Yeah, I get it. The girls just want to fucking throw it all the time. I understand what I'm giving right now. I'm not saying, to be honest, top half is not gay.
Fits fire, bro.
No. It is not. No, the top half is fire. And you know I like the sneakers.
Yeah.
The pants are just new. They're interesting.
Yeah, I know. Giants. I like Giants.
Where did you get them?
I actually got.
I was joking.
That was good.
He was excited too. That was cute.
Nah, I was gonna snitch on myself.
No, wait, where did you get
Nah,
them?
I was gonna snitch on myself. Fucking Instagram ad got me, bro.
No!
Yeah.
You can't be wearing
Yeah.
Instagram clothes, bro.
Son.
What did they look like in the ad?
Just like this.
No way.
Come on, dude.
No way.
Come on, Mark.
No way.
Stop.
What, I bought stuff off Instagram ads and it does not look like what I thought I bought.
So you bought something new that looks like it's secondhand? Like seriously? Like that's what you did?
Yeah. There's a whole market for it.
Why you hating on Mark's
He's coming off shooting.
flannels, son?
Yeah.
Son,
Come
he
on,
loves
son.
his flannels. Bro.
I know he's so upset that Derek Poston only wears flannels on the road.
Yes.
Because now Mark has no
Fucking
clothes
whole
left to wear.
vibe.
I know.
That's why you got co-headlighted?
Yes. Flannel boys. Yo, flannel boys, bro. It's honestly, it's a movement.
Okay, what else we got? We got Aliens confirmed. Shannon Sharpe is out. The Idol.
Oh, let's go to the Idol.
Yeah, let's talk about The Idol. Let me tell you something about The Idol.
What is this show?
Shout out to
haven't
Bob.
Idol, new HBO show from Sam Levinson. Sam Levinson is the guy who wrote.
Love that guy.
Yeah, Euphoria. It's
Yes.
absolutely fantastic. It's produced and starring Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, and The Weeknd. Bunch of other famous actors in it as well. It's about this young music pop star artist named Jocelyn. And she's just come off like a mental breakdown or something. She's about to put out a new album, whatever, or new song, new single come out. Anyway, the plot of the first episode. First of all, before we even get to the plot, I get a text. The thing comes on at like 9 o'clock. At like, okay, at 9 and 30 seconds, Vala is already texting me, son, Lily Rose Depp? Crazy. I'm like, what's going on? I don't get to see it until 11 o'clock. Bro, the opening scene, bro.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to be that skinny and that heavy at the same time, bro. It's like an optical illusion, bro. It's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion, dude.
It's nice.
She's so skinny, but she's so heavy. It's an optical illusion, bro. It's an optical illusion, bro. Like, I'm looking at her, how skinny she is, but she's so heavy as fuck. It's an optical illusion. Bro, it's an optical illusion, though.
Motherfuckers sound like Dr. Umar, right?
Bro, it's an optical illusion. And I need some donations. Dude, I didn't know what to think.
I'd never heard of this girl until Vala yesterday.
Vala spread the word, bro.
So I didn't hear about her. Vala's like, yo, this girl, she's the one. And I'm like, who the fuck is like,
Bro.
I'm like, who is this? I've never heard of her. He pulled her up. pictures on Google don't do it justice.
Yo, they're regular schmegular on Google. No
Regular.
disrespect, Lily Rose.
No, all disrespect.
Whoa, bro. We got a big up right now. We're going to objectify this girl.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Come on, we're celebrating.
Yes. We
They
love
don't
women.
do her
And
Yeah, disrespect to the photographers.
to the photographer.
true. Catch her angles, bro.
Bro. And the angle is all of them. Straight on and to the side. Bro, there is a moment where you see her nipples. Son, she got, this is gonna sound crazy to say. Son, we might have to. I really did think I was in Chimp Empire for a second when I was watching the show. I put my knuckles on the bed, my girl's like, what's going on? I was like, don't worry about it. I started grabbing branches, throwing them all over. Bro, the nipples.
Nah, they're nice. Wait, but how'd you watch this with your shorty though?
What?
Like, I gotta.
That's it. That's the nipple right there, bro. That's the nipple, bro. That had to be CGI.
CGI
That had
her
to be
nipple?
CGI.
Unreal Engine.
That had to be CGI.
Yeah.
That had to be CGI. That had to be CGI.
That's so funny.
Hey!
No.
Nah,
That's
you gotta just find the scene.
Go to the scene.
I'm trying
That's
to
what I'm
find
saying.
it.
I don't get it because you see, they ain't
It's
that
an
heavy there.
optical illusion,
They ain't
bro.
that heavy there.
It might be
It's an
CGI.
optical
How
illusion.
you just get
It might be,
heavier?
it might be angles of CGI or
I
something
need to
because
put
we're
this
looking
on
at
my
pictures
fucking
right there.
lap, bro. I need to put this on my lap, bro. If we gonna watch that scene, I need to put this pillow on my lap. Al.
How'd they get heavier with nothing else getting heavier?
No, but she has body.
No, she don't.
When
Stop
she's
it,
dancing
dog.
outside,
For Al, no. For you, yeah.
for you,
No.
stop.
I'm used to the wagon.
That's
bro.
what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Volkswagen.
The fuck?
Volkswagen.
Come on.
You know?
Dumpers. We do dumpers.
We do dumpers over here.
Come on,
For
son.
LA, for Beverly Hills, LA, where you were born and raised.
Yes, for
I see why
16-year-olds,
you
yes.
think that is body. But we're still off the nipples. She got 2 crickets coming out. Look at them crickets. Look at them crickets, bro. Oh my God, bro. Chimpanzee time. It's chimpanzee time. Come on, bro. Look at the profile on that nipple. Look at that extension. She got a little chode. Come on, bro. Wow. Wow. That's an optical illusion.
Send me that
That's an
video.
optical illusion. That has to be an optical illusion, Al. Al, that would shoot straight through your shirt. That would shoot straight
That would ruin
through.
your top,
There's no question.
Your blouse would be shredded.
Your
dude.
blouse is done. Dude, this is with all due respect.
She just hangs her shirts up behind
With
them.
all due respect to Johnny Depp, with all due respect to, I can't even watch anymore. Is that a GIF?
It's the gift
It
that
is
keeps
the
on
gift.
giving.
Yeah.
Is that a GIF right there? What does GIF stand for?
Shit.
I'm not saying it. Wow. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
God damn.
Okay, so
What? Oh, so he has said it's the new Sydney Sweeney, but just less heavy. And I was like, then it's nothing.
Then it is nothing.
Until I saw the show.
shout out to Sydney Sweeney trying to act.
Son. And then,
got
that movie
she got
came
the-
on after, and I was
know.
like, oh,
no,
she done.
No, she done.
She
They trying
done.
to get her out of here.
She done.
They're trying to get her out of here. Don't let them do it to you, Sydney Sweeney. You are milk queen number 1. You are milk queen number 1.
But guys, stop being sexist over here, right?
You're right. That's my bad.
Y'all
That's
really
my
tapped
bad.
out of this conversation
I know
like
it.
we all not married. Al done dragged me into a single guy conversation.
I
You done dragged me
You
into
started it.
Dude, it's an optical illusion. I'm not even here, man.
I was about to lick your nipples.
This an optical
Shit.
Dude,
But isn't the show that the girl gets cummed
Don't
on?
get some smart fucking. Oh no, that wasn't smart.
She got cummed on in the show.
Okay, yeah,
right?
this is the plot of the show. The plot of the show is she gets cummed on in her face and took a selfie of it, and that goes viral. That's the plot for the first episode. And they show the picture of her getting cummed on.
Yo, Sam Levinson is the wild
boy!
motherfucker.
Wild
That's what I'm
boy!
saying.
It, dude.
Wow, boy!
Holy shit.
Come on, son!
It's great.
What's going on?
Like, at what point is it just porn? If she's covered in cum and is on the TV and you're watching it alone.
That's real life
What do
shit.
you mean? At what part? About 35 seconds in is at what part when my fucking blanket was hopping up and down, left and right. That's what part? Are you kidding me?
Bro,
Are you kidding me, Mark?
I asked my girl, I was like, what'd you do yesterday? She was like, oh, I watched The Idol.
Yeah, she watched it with my wife.
Yeah, why?
Well, because I told my girl about it in the morning, and she managed within 5 minutes to completely ruin Lily Rose Depp for me.
What did she say?
I was like, wow, I just watched The Idol. She's a very beautiful girl, Sydney
Why
Sweeney.
would you even do this?
Bro.
What do you think was gonna happen?
I know, come
Why
on.
you snitch on yourself, yo?
Maybe I didn't even say that. I probably said it another way. I was like, yeah, there's a dairy factory over at HBO between Sydney Sweeney and Lily Rose Depp, and I'm feeling lactose intolerant. Okay, I just pulled my neck. I'm from the 90s. Listen.
And there's another actress that's going to make an appearance. That is
Oh, God damn it.
What?
Don't do it to us.
Should we wait till next week? We don't want to see that now.
Yeah, we do. What is her name?
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
Sophie Mudd.
I mean, that's a fire name. Let's go, baby.
He's like, what am I dapping right now?
Dap it. Bro.
Wait,
Oh
pull,
my
I
God.
knew what I was dapping. You had to give it up.
pull that up.
Oh my God.
Listen, this is with all due respect here. Honestly, what we're talking about right now, we're talking about. No.
Okay.
Can I just clarify what we're talking about right now?
Wait a
We're talking
minute.
about her parents. We're not even talking about her. Her parents came together to create this. Holy shit!
That's what I'm saying.
Welcome
What's
to
happening? Yo, can I take your order?
Sean Levinson,
Can I get
what's his
this
name?
my painted nails? Can we get some
son.
credit?
Nah, this is what is going on exactly? What's happening even?
My God.
So she'll be in 5 eps.
Son, creator of the show, he's a revolutionary.
Yo, Sam Levinson.
Right.
Sam Levinson need a high five.
Yeah.
Sam Levinson needs a high five.
Use a different hand. Though.
It's like,
Yes,
it's like
lefty. You gotta
it's
go
like-
lefty because my right is sore.
It's like Sam Levinson and then like Martin Luther King, just like right here. Like, and he's really,
Is it Martin
really
Luther King, Martin Luther Cream? Is that
like, holy shit.
God damn.
God.
Nah, he knows good TV. Why we get away from this?
That's what I'm saying.
Why we ever get away from it?
Yeah, go to
God
Reddit.
damn.
He's a 90s boy.
Son, can I be
Oh, I'm gonna
objective
get in
here?
Trouble.
Hurry up and get there.
Holy shit.
These young bitches got fat fucking tits. I mean, Jesus Christopher. It is just, I think it's the vaccine, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Titties like this wasn't out in the 1990s. It wasn't out in the 2019. 2020 to
It's the
2023.
post-pandemic titties.
Post-pandemic titties, bro. It's that banana bread they were eating. It's the vaccine. It's the booster.
Thank Fauci for them shits, boy.
Yo, Fauci, exonerated.
Yup. There we
Fauci
go.
has been exonerated.
There we go. He's
Holy moly.
Just trying to get everybody some more calcium and vitamin D in this world.
We
son. That's
need it.
Yo, you got
Honestly,
Johnson and Johnson.
Can I be honest with you? What do they say is the number one thing that protects you from COVID? Vitamin what?
Vitamin D.
Double D.
Jesus
Christ.
All right, listen.
Oh,
but
she's
listen,
gonna steal the show.
but this is all due respect to her family to put this together. That breeding put this together. You can
That I don't know.
how you grow your own titties, huh?
No. I mean, yes.
Son, you
But
can't admire a building without admiring the architect.
The something in the face, it looks.
Al, we doing neck down today, my boy.
Okay. What am I doing?
You let your gay side
With
come
all
out.
due respect,
Her
with
makeup
all
on.
due
Yeah,
respect. This is just with
I was
all
like,
due
the
respect.
work? I don't know about the work.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm sure incredibly talented, but with all due respect,
but she looked like a young Kate Moss. Face. Think of young Kate Moss and then think of her face. They
And
look almost like
what did Kate Moss not have? She had that heroin chic look, but she did not have
The vaccines.
She didn't have them vaccines.
Yeah, the
there's no
She didn't have that.
pandemic in Kate
No,
Moss's day.
no. Okay, but you know how we can look at a tall person, we can be like, oh my God, they're so tall. That's how we should be able to look at these physical specimens, these unique physical specimens. We have to be able to admire an incredibly skinny girl with huge, fat, fucking dumpster fire tits. We have to be able to.
Just like on the street, like an old lady's like, oh, you're so tall. Did you play basketball?
That's
Yes.
Big Kev gets that all the time. Hodor gets that all the time.
Hodor gets it all the time.
Every time
What?
I follow you.
Do you play basketball? He goes, no, I edit videos for Amcos.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So what should other people be able to say about this?
No, I'm not saying that we should be able to go up to him and just fucking brewski him. That's not what we should be able to do. I don't think we should touch them. I don't think, but to be able to talk about a skinny girl that for whatever God-given reason has just a super retarded fucking tits on her tits. I mean, that is just so unique that we must be able to talk about it. We have to reflect on it. We would be inauthentic if we weren't talking about them.
Dude, we just appreciating God right now.
What do you
That's it.
think of the
We just
show?
bigging
Like
up
the
to God.
writing?
Honestly,
Why not?
okay.
He didn't get to it.
No,
Yeah,
I did. Listen, the show. Who's seen the show here?
I've seen it.
You seen it? You see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, you guys
what's,
have
it,
seen it. You guys see it.
Why.
what's it on? Brazzers?
That's why they're so quiet.
Yeah, that's why they don't know what's going on.
I don't see the vision. I don't
You
know.
have to, men of culture.
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, my girl describes me exactly how you described it, and so I understand where she's coming from,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen it myself.
I mean, the last scene, bro, when he makes her a Muslim bride. Do you remember that one? Oh my
Who I
God.
remember ran that shit back.
Oh gosh, I was at a weekend. Yeah. Breathe. Bro, there's a scene in it when she masturbates while choking herself.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was very.
This is just porn.
I mean,
No, it was
Why
artistic.
is it not
It was
just porn?
artistic. It was artistic.
Yeah.
It was artistic.
Yeah.
Music is beautiful. Shot
Yeah.
beautifully.
Beautifully.
Yeah.
It was shot beautifully.
Yeah, you probably got a couple
real
beautiful
life
shots
shit.
off.
It's real life shit. You don't choke yourself out.
Come on, dude.
You don't do that. That's not your Tuesday night.
Bro, but think about the dexterity, because a lot of people can't rub their belly while they
That's
pat
what I'm
their head,
saying.
but
Yeah,
she
I would
can.
just
She
stroke
was
my
doing
neck
it.
off,
Yeah.
and then put pressure on my dick.
That's kind of what she was doing. But she was really getting in there. I wonder if they put a pad or something. Because if they didn't put a pad, she would definitely enjoy that.
Method acting, dog.
It might be method acting.
That's
Real
real
Daniel
acting.
Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she does her own stunts, but
Yeah. She really
she
does.
really does.
Okay.
She's Tom
so,
Cruise.
Can we talk about the story? I don't even know if we're there yet. Are you okay?
I have to pee.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Have to pee?
Yeah. I'll be back in about 90 seconds. That's all I need.
Okay, you go pee. You go pee. But we're going to keep talking
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because we can't stop.
I have to
Okay.
jerk off. What do you do?
Now we have, I thought it's an interesting perspective. I think that, I don't know what the rest of the season is going to be, but I called somebody who will remain nameless and I want to get their take on the show. And he had an interesting thing to say, because I think that this is going to show the artist side, what it's like to be a young artist who has all these handlers who maybe don't have your best interest at heart. They have their best interest at heart, which is making money. And there was a cool line in the show where she's talking to The Weeknd, and she basically said, I don't know, maybe he says like, why do you like me or something like that. I don't know what it is. He says, why do you like, I don't know what it is. But she says a line like, she goes, when you're famous, nobody tells you the truth. Mm-hmm. And I thought you'd be enough of an asshole to be honest with me. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I thought that was a beautiful line. And I was like, oh, is that why you see these pop stars dating bad boys? I thought, or religious figures. You know, Bieber had Carl Lentz, right? And you see a bunch of, Britney Spears had Kevin Federline, et cetera, right? And I'm like, is it with religion, with God, you can trust the honesty because you're like, a man of God isn't gonna lie to me? Or is it with the bad boy, you're like, they're just such an asshole, they're gonna speak to me and behave in a way that maybe isn't nice, but it's reminiscent of normalcy. Mm-hmm. And I can actually trust, you being mean to me, I can trust that. Nobody's fake mean to each other, right? Like being fake mean to someone doesn't make sense because you can't get anything from them. So you almost trust that meanness more. So I asked a friend about that, and he had an interesting perspective. He goes, I'm sure that's what the show will show, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that these stars, and in order to be a star, this is not everybody, but most of these stars are unbelievable narcissists. And dating the bad boys or even being with the religious figures is an act of rebellion. It's still rebellion to those people who are handling them. And it flames out once the love bombing stops because the only thing that they really care about is fulfilling their narcissism. He goes, it is possible. I go, is it possible to not be that narcissist, like, and still be successful? Like, I understand why it's an advantage, but like, it's kind of gross. And I've spoken to these people, and like, there has to be another way to do it. He goes, there is a version of it where talent can trump it. Ed Sheeran is so talented that he can also be a good guy.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that people don't have like, there's a spectrum of narcissism. We all have some of it. We want to get on stage in front of people. We're recording this podcast. We want to do these things.
Without narcissism, there's not a lot of incentive to do this.
100%. But you can also be low enough on the scale where you can be a good person to your friends and family, and the whole world doesn't literally have to revolve around you and what you need to get done. And that becomes very isolating, I can imagine. Now, I think we're going to hear it all from the artist's perspective, but I thought that perspective was really interesting about famous people and about the relationships they get in and how like the act of rebellion is still serving the narcissism. And they get rid of that person that they're dating the second that narcissism can't serve. Maybe this is where we start talking about Taylor Swift, right? It's like Taylor's 34 years old, every single boyfriend, it's this fucking machine that she runs them through, a huge calamity. They also get famous for good or for bad. This thing with her current boyfriend she just broke up with, Matt Healy, who's I guess a lead singer of this band, 1975, and he's also a fan of like comedy podcasts. I think he was on
Adam Friedland Show, Cometown,
and he had some jokes, I guess, about Ice Spice. Okay, all of a sudden, Ice Spice comes out on Taylor's tour. Now, granted, she is a huge artist right now, so that could have been already planned, but it could have been a PR move to protect. She comes out on Taylor's tour, and then a couple days later, Taylor breaks up with the 1975 guy. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Yeah, when you put it like that, it don't seem like it.
I wonder if she even knows. I wonder if Taylor's just in this like narcissism spin cycle where it's like whatever feeds the beast, whatever is necessary to feed the beast, she will eat. And the beast is building up and becoming the most successful artist in history, and she's arguably there, one of them, right? But I wonder if she can even tell the difference. Like in the same way that like Kardashian's dating people, it's like, I do like him. Well, do I like him? I don't know, but I like the attention that I get from liking him and dating him. Yeah. And maybe that's the same feeling of me actually liking someone's personality and enjoying their company.
And when you're feeling good, you're not distinguishing what's making you feel good.
Exactly.
That's a lot of analysis to say, what's making me
Do
feel
I really
loved?
like this person? Do I like the attention? Like, what is it that's actually serving?
Yeah, it's hard to discern what it is, especially if you have like a tumultuous childhood. You'll yearn for the love that your parents gave you, even if it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like if your parents were like,
explain that.
Like if your parents were like cold to you, like for some people they'll like yearn for like a cold love from like other people or from partners because that's what their parents gave them.
That's what they're
learn love is.
And that's what they think that it is, and that's what feels good to them. So like again, I don't know what her childhood was, but like if she's looking for spectacle and like attention through her relationships, that might have been what it felt like with her parents or something. And so she might not even be able to discern because she's like, oh yeah, this is what my whole life has been. This is what childhood is. This is what love is.
Interesting.
I think she might have gotten into the pattern of using her dating life as a crutch.
Creative inspiration.
Yeah. So it's like at this point, we've seen it happen so many times where it's like, okay, what's my new muse?
Dude, that is so fucking true. You hear about this a lot of time in like fashion with like designers having a muse, right? There's a model that they really like, a singer, a person. Kanye, right? Like, so interesting muses, yeah. And, but basically he Yeah, that's really interesting. You get to a certain level of success, and she is at the top of it, right? I'm sure you guys may have even felt like we get a little bit more comfortable. There's less things irritating you. Like when we were in Miami, nothing was irritating me. It was hard to write jokes. Like life was just so good. I was just enjoying everything. Imagine that times a million when you're Taylor Swift. You're fucking almost at a B. You can do whatever you want. You know, the biggest tour in the world. What is the motivation to write? What is the motivation to sing? What is the motivation to pour your heart out? Maybe that only comes in the form of these relationships and heartache. So she's seeking it out to fill the beast that is this creative machine.
And maybe she doesn't even notice, to give her some credit, because I do think she does it intentionally, but maybe it just happens like your brain associates, oh, I date a guy, break up with a guy, I get more famous. It's all just good feelings.
Yeah.
Like the breakup, I just write a song about it. Everybody thinks I'm great and they're shitty, and I get more famous and more love and more adulation.
And to defend her, I would say, like, why can't she talk about her relationships? Why can't she talk about her experiences? We're comics. Like, we would talk about the things that go on in our life 100%. We're on a podcast talking about dating, talking about our wives, talking about all these things. So it's not weird that she doesn't.
But just seeking out experiences and people in order to do it. Like,
That's where it
do you know
feels-
comedy?
I would
feel
also
like-
love the Taylor Swift song that's like, I fucked up too. I would love that song. Hey, I made some mistakes too.
She got a couple songs like that.
Oh, she does.
I'm the problem, it's me.
Okay, Swifty.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's self-aware. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with the music. I mean, I know obviously the bangers, but I don't know the music enough to like say if she's completely self-aware about what's going on. I also think it's very easy to criticize the people who are most successful. So I want to make sure we're being fair.
Oh, she's, for talent-wise, it's insane. She's so talented.
Unbelievable.
Her
And the
songs
tour is
slap.
amazing. Apparently, everybody who's gone to it has said it's incredible. Like, she's putting on a concert for hours in these stadiums and
40
entertaining
songs
fucking
is nuts, dude.
Yeah. So
I just want to give one take. So the show, The Idol, how the girl is like, your theory, she might be a narcissist, and that's why she gets with these bad boys to push back against,
The
like, to
team.
rebel.
Yeah.
I think it could also possibly be, you know how like people in authoritative roles, they sometimes have like kinks that they want to be like shamed, like they'll go to a dominatrix or some shit like that.
Yeah.
To be submissive.
And so I think somebody in
Like
that,
Leo in Wolf of Wall Street.
yeah, so somebody in that role, it's like they have all these yes people around them, all these people that are just nice and
They
trying
wanna
to
hear
make
a
them,
no.
Yeah. So it's just having one person that could be like, tell me no once in a while. Yeah.
So she's in such a power position
Yeah.
that the lack of control or lack of power is what would turn her on.
Yeah. Because think about that. Like, she choked herself. So it's like she's only getting off by like having to cut off oxygen to her body just so she can get off.
Yeah.
And then he does a very similar thing to her.
Oh,
But
wow.
nobody in her life would ever do something like that to her.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of might be what they
Yo, dude, that's
job for.
why I also think specifically young stars, it's so difficult because they don't have the opportunity to build real friendships before they're famous. Because if you can build real friendships before you're famous or on the way up, you can have a level of honesty with people. If you're famous at 14, you have friends, but nobody even knows what's going on at 14 years old. You don't even know if you like each other. You just both like the fact that you make jokes about the teacher in math class. Like, there's not a lot of real connective tissue there. So you don't have the opportunity to build those real friends. And then all the friends that you make in your early adult years, you're like, do these people only like me because I'm successful? Yeah, exactly. Ooh, man.
And you don't even know who you are, really.
100%.
Like, we all thought we knew who we were at 19, 20, 21. We had no fucking clue.
And we didn't have people telling us who we are at 19 and 20.
Oh, yeah.
We had the opportunity to find it. We just didn't.
Yeah.
That you got your publicist telling you you're this person.
Yeah.
You got your agent telling you you're this person.
Also, all your friends are also famous. Like,
And when you're 18 and not famous and you say some dumb shit, your friends can be like, shut the fuck up. They
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Keep doing that.
And everybody's singularly focused on this one thing. And each person is almost like a lily pad on your way there. You know, so it's like, you don't know if that's a true friendship or if it's being around you as clout. Yeah, the insecurity you must feel. I understand why a lot of them probably abuse drugs. It's just like to ease that anxiety.
yeah.
Every interaction, you're anxious. Everything you tell somebody, you're like, oh my God, are they going to tell that to TMZ? Imagine how many times you get your heart broken by the people you trust the most. Like, then you just have no trust for anybody. Ugh,
That's also probably why it's hard to make these relationships work.
Yeah.
Because just from, you don't trust anybody. Like, how do you, everything seems transactional. Everybody seems like they want something from me. Why would I trust you to be different?
Yeah.
Just because you're famous too? No, you're a narcissist just like me. You're probably getting some out of this just like me. It's tough, dude. It's not like they're such victims and it's a hard life, but that aspect, that ain't easy.
Bro, you could see why God is helpful. Like if you're very religious,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Because you have someone who tells you no.
Yeah.
Right.
There's at least one person
Yeah.
who's like, no, bad, you're doing this wrong.
And you are told as a famous person by everybody on your team, you're the biggest person.
But
God is, if you're religious, God is always bigger than me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything I do serves God. And then these guys, everything they do serves me. If I don't have God, whether it's people actually do that or not, or religion gets applied, but the theory of God,
comparing
doing it
comparing
correctly.
it to with God or without
Yes.
is what I'm saying. It's like if you knew your kid wanted to be famous, like make him a Catholic or something, like Jewish, Catholic, Muslim, like just give him something,
Yeah.
Hindu, but just like lock that in as well. So there's something that is grounding for them.
Like Rami's a great example. Rami's super religious, and if you talk to Rami, you don't get the sense that he's like angling or narcissistic or any. He just so it's all serving God, and there's this the groundedness to him that you really admire. And that's a guy who does religion correctly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're imam, you're pastor, you're what is the Jewish ones? What are they called? You're a rabbi. Rabbi.
My bad. That's my bad.
No.
That's my
You're
bad.
rabbi. Like ideally, like they don't care about your fame. Like they're going to be impressed by your fame. Don't get me wrong, but like not more than they're impressed by God's fame.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're not all of them. People are flawed, but if you have a good one that's like, listen, the biggest celebrity in my life is God.
Yeah.
It's cool that you do this singing shit, but that's the biggest celebrity in my life.
Yeah.
And so when you're acting wild, he's gonna sit you down and be like, yo, you know, like is this the guy that you want to be? Is this the person you want to be? Is
Yeah.
this the girl that you want to be? Yeah, it's an advantage.
And that's probably why these guys seek out spiritual advisors. Because you need somebody, and again, people can misuse it. A lot of these spiritual advisors.
Scientology, it's all these things that are craving some sort of normalcy.
Somebody to sit you down and say, hey man, are you serving something larger than yourself? Because we all want to feel like we are.
Yo, sorry, speaking of Scientology, you heard my man was raping?
Yeah. Hi, dude.
Yeah, the
That 70s
Danny
show.
Masterson. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was method, bro. My man was keeping it 70s, bro. He was keeping it 70s.
Yeah, he was super
actually,
70s.
Bro, that
These
trial's been going
allegations-
on for 20 years, I feel.
They've been out there forever, bro.
Yeah.
They were out there so long, I'm like, yeah, he had to have been. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
if
good
it
question.
keeps going, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Apparently, they had like insiders from Scientology testify at the trial or something like that. That basically were saying how Scientology was trying to help cover up the story and like silence the accusers or whatever. Yeah.
Yo, that is great marketing for Scientology. People act like it's bad, but it's great.
We will hold you down.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, think about
Yeah, that's horrendous. That's horrendous.
everybody already thinks Scientology people are the weirdest people on the planet, right? Like nobody is going, they're just normal, like religious folks.
I think you're
Now they're
only
gonna think-
speaking from a man's point of view, to be honest, and I don't normally criticize that, but I don't think a woman is gonna be like, yo, they be letting you rape in
Yeah, I
this
know,
motherfucker.
like-
You gotta get there.
But what if she's thinking,
got
oh,
your
if
back
they'll
if you
defend a
are raping.
rapist, they'll defend me when I get a DUI.
Yeah, but I
Exactly.
might get raped, and then they're gonna cover up the rape.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
also
hold on,
that,
hold on.
yeah.
I'm assuming he didn't do that to Scientology girls.
I'm assuming he did to whoever.
I'm assuming this is when he was a fuckboy in Hollywood running around with, yeah. So this is pre-Scientology, or this is like, I'm getting into Scientology, but I'm still a fuckboy and I'm still doing a party scene, because he was doing a party scene with the Yo Mama, with Fez or whatever.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, right? And it's like,
Don't put that on Fez, bro.
I don't know what Fez did.
No,
You know
but
what I
Fez
mean?
did, and again, we don't. I'm not saying how it went down, but Fez fucked everybody. Like
Yeah.
his list of celebs he fucked is crazy.
Really?
It's
Oh,
crazy.
especially for like where he was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
Wilmer
was,
had game, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
The
fine.
roster is bananas.
Yeah.
He ran it down on Howard Stern one time, and it's like, yo, this guy fucked everybody.
He had a nice run.
A successful Latin
great.
lover released on Hollywood. He's
Also, weirdly, before him, Scott Baio fucked everybody.
That's not
Charles in
weird at
charge.
all.
Okay, I didn't get it.
He was a stud.
That's Charles in Charge. Put some respect.
Yeah, it was one of the greatest shows ever.
I liked Charles in Charge, but
Charge of our days and our nights.
I don't remember the song, but
Charles in charge. This
yeah, this guy.
How handsome that motherfucker
This guy
is.
fucked everyone, dude. He looks like Bob Saget's kid.
Yeah, he does.
Where does lips go? What,
Come on,
what do you mean?
come on. Now everybody got
He got
lips,
them
bro.
Andrews right
Son,
there.
it's too fucking cold in here, Dove. Can you please?
Andrews, bro.
Okay, so
Shit.
You better start looking like Lily Rose.
so I might show some side titty on the next
Shit.
episode
Yo,
if y'all lucky.
Do you think they just always like that, or before the scenes they take some
they
ice?
ice her up.
The
They ice her up. Yo, that used
That's
to
a
be.
lot of ice.
Can I be honest with you?
That's a lot of ice, boy.
They used to be. That used to be regular. That was one of the things that stopped her and Me Too, which is why they even had this. But they stopped having girls ice their titties before scenes. That used to be before every scene. Get your titties hard. Director.
Every scene?
Every scene.
Of every movie?
Look at every scene where there's a.
Schindler's List?
This
Bro, yeah. Starlet. Look at every
He's
scene.
being method Hollywood right now.
Son,
Like old
son,
school
son.
Hollywood.
Son,
Every scene of every movie.
Son, every scene, obviously of movies where there's like an attractive lead.
Okay.
White t-shirt, hard nipples. You can't
yeah.
find a soft nipple.
That's the Jennifer Aniston
That should be
Jennifer
happening.
Aniston.
Yeah. Friends all the time.
Every single scene, they know what they're doing. They was getting in there. They was getting in there.
Dove, can you confirm?
Attest to this? The director was like, yo, perk it up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's before intimacy coordinators. It was
Yes.
whatever director, whatever they
Oh,
said.
that shit's a real thing, the intimacy
It
coordinator.
makes so much sense to have it. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's like, oh, this is a pretty intense thing.
Yo,
happening.
there's an
Maybe someone
interest-
should make
Yeah.
sure.
Can I tell you something?
Two
girls
people are
okay
gonna
with it.
fake fuck? Yeah.
Real quick, there's a scene in it, right, where like she's according to her NDA, she's not allowed to be nude, and this is in the Idol
Contract.
contract. Yeah,
Clause, a nudity clause.
They
There's
called
a
it
nudity
her
clause.
nude rider.
yeah, the nude rider. So she's not allowed to be like fully nude. You can
wanna
start
be a
side
nude
titty
rider.
or whatever. And she wants to go nude. She's like, it's my body. I'm making the decision. I want to do it. And then the guy who was the
Intimacy coordinator.
goes, that's fine, but it takes 48 hours for that decision to go through, so we'd have to shoot later. And at first, you're like, yo, this is fucked up. This is this girl's body. Why can't she do what she wants with her body? And then they explain it, which is, we need to make sure you're not being coerced. And I thought it was kind of a cool look into it, because at first I was like, yo, wow, there's this rule here that is completely robbing this woman of her agency, but it's actually to protect the girl from making a decision while she's drunk or all these other things. So some of these fucking, these
rule?
rules are good.
Yeah.
I've seen that on a set before, and the actor will be like,
course
they
you
don't
have.
want to like let that, just a sex
Yo,
scene
you're
that doesn't
on-
need to be fully nude. They're like, why does it need to be this? But
Nobody
they'll go
asked
for
me
it.
that shit. Nobody asked me that shit for my gay scene.
Wait, there was no intimacy
There was
coordinator?
no intimacy coordinator.
You were pre-me too.
He was
That
just
was pre-me too,
smacking
but
ass.
also, I know.
But also, he wanted it.
He did.
Yeah,
He
No,
did.
I wouldn't have changed at all.
He was actually asking.
48 hours. Yeah, so fuck that.
Yo, can we talk about this alien? There's aliens, bro.
Every time,
We shouldn't have started with the Idol, bro.
why? Because now you can't think about anything else.
Nipples, bro.
Yeah, they out of this world. Let's talk about the aliens, bro.
Yes, let's go.
Hey, this UFO guy.
He got nipples?
Do you know about this?
Nah.
So basically, there's this guy that works high up. I forget exactly which agency he worked in, but apparently, and I guess his
David
credentials.
Grush,
David
Air
Grush.
Force veteran. He's a former intelligence official, and he was assigned to the UAP task force, which is the unidentified aero
Yeah, either aerial or anomalous.
anomalous phenomena. So it's a
what they
new
call
term for
UFOs.
UFOs. Yeah. And so basically, he's coming out and he's petitioning Congress to. I have notes here. That's why I have my phone. But to reveal the evidence that they have that we have actual spacecraft from aliens. We have wreckage and spacecraft that is, I guess, in its entirety.
And apparently also pilots.
Pilots, yeah.
Whoa,
That's the crazy part.
fucking crazy.
That's where it's
It
like
gets
wild.
very exciting. You're
Yes.
very exciting, etc. We all want to believe it or whatever. But here's the thing that he admits. He claims he has no proof.
Yep.
He has never seen it before. No, sorry. He claims he's never seen it. He claims he has proof, but it's all hearsay from people who are involved with these agencies. To me, this is a guy who's really into aliens. He believes they're real. He's dedicated his life to become part of the Air Force, and now he's part of all these committees where he's thinking he's getting closer and closer and closer, and he just wants to know. And then he heard some fucking rumor for some dude, oh, we got spacecraft, or we got something weird. Maybe it wasn't even spacecraft. It's just like, hey, we got something weird. I don't know what the hell it is, but I've never heard of these materials before. And I think he just flipped and went off the deep end, and his obsession made him go, I'm this close, I just have to know. I just have to know how this happened. It was kind of disappointing.
Why are we giving this guy any attention? If you don't got no proof,
Well,
It's hard
he
to get
says he has
excited.
proof.
so
he
that
says he
if
has
he
proof.
hasn't come out with it,
Yeah, why don't he come out?
Yeah.
He's going to Congress with it because he is, this is the thing where it gets a little goofy. He goes, sharing it would be a violation of, what is it called? When you have a special access, what is that called? Military
clearance violation?
Yeah, it's a clearance violation.
talking
Shut
about
the
it,
fuck
talking
up,
about
bro.
it isn't.
You dry snitching.
But he gets a congressional pardon if, or like he's able to be protected as a whistleblower if he brings it up through Congress. Whereas if he just leaks it, then he can go to prison.
Yeah.
Whatever, dog.
So my man
So when
wants to
Congress
know.
says no, then he just don't do it.
Yeah. But also, like, what happened to the trust in the people that we hire to work for these agencies? Like, if you part of the Men in Black, don't tell motherfuckers that you work for it. That's part of the job. You get to know about the aliens, or you get to know about, you know, what the top dudes say you can know about, and then that's it.
Why can't they just tell us about aliens though?
Son, there's no aliens.
Because we don't have a big enough thing yet.
Trump would have showed us. That
You know-
motherfucker, he's like Andrew with the fucking secret, bro. Like,
Maybe they didn't tell Trump.
Yeah.
You know
think-
why I
you
think
think
they
they-
can't tell us?
Maybe
Can
David
hold
Gorsh
anything
knew it,
from
but
Trump.
Trump didn't. Think about that.
Fuck out of here.
Now, I don't think the president
just-
knows everything. I don't believe they tell the president everything. I think they're also selective with who the president is. Like, these guys aren't like, here's the protocol, the president gets to know every
Yeah,
secret.
but anybody who didn't do anything Trump wanted, he fired him. Got rid of Comey. He's like,
Isn't that what you do when
but-
you're the boss?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, but they could also just
so
lie
Trump
to him.
knows.
Yeah, but they could just lie
If
to him
they
and be
were.
like, no, there's nothing. We'll tell you some stuff, but there's nothing there. It's very easy to lie to somebody.
What's the
dude.
first question you ask him when you're president?
Where the
Who
aliens
killed
at?
JFK so I can know who's getting me?
You really want to know about that?
I do think it was Oswald, but I'm curious.
You think it was Oswald?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that JFK shit, man.
Then why
I'll
do
be honest with
you? You're so passionate about this.
Yeah,
Why
but
are
that's
you
not
upset
my
that I'm
first
asking?
question. It's not my first
What's
question.
your first question?
Where the aliens at?
You want to know aliens? That's yours?
Aliens will be fired because that has so many geopolitical implications. It's like, okay, shit. Now we have like spacecraft. Are we using it? What's going on?
No, I'm
Al, what's your first question? Where's Monica?
crazy. I was like, yo, where'd Bill get topped off?
You know?
Man, he knows me. Yeah, where'd that happen?
I mean,
Important thing.
is the question, will they actually tell you the truth though?
Yeah, they'll tell you the
They
truth.
have to.
It's
In
three
this
wishes.
hypothetical, yes.
It's 3 wishes. You have 3 things. They go, listen, we'll tell you 3 things. You ask 3 things, we'll tell you the answer. And the answer might be no. You might ask, are there aliens? They go, we don't know. But that is the
Yeah.
truth. You have 3 things you can get the truth for. What do you ask?
Like, who actually runs it? Like, who's actually running this whole thing?
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now,
and then
you have to be
JFK.
careful because you might learn some of these things by being president. I imagine if you're president, you're going to interface with the people who are actually running the country.
Yeah.
So don't waste one of your wishes on that. But you get brought into the room immediately. 3 things you can know.
What about like what's the technology coming in like 15, 20 years? They're wildly ahead of
in
us.
15, 20, or what do we have now that nobody knows about technology-wise?
Yeah, in my mind, those are one and the same. Like what we have now that nobody knows about is going to become technology
I
that
see.
is available to
I
people
see
in
what you're
15, 20
saying.
years.
Okay, so you want to know what is our
What's our most high-tech
Current
shit that
high-tech.
nobody knows about?
okay, that's fire. That's fire.
Al, anything else? No follow-ups?
Come on. The important thing.
Where did Trump get topped off?
I would want to know JFK, who killed JFK.
Thank you.
I want to know the Epstein shit. I'm interested in that. I'm just explain the whole Epstein thing. Who's connected? Just
Why
break
was he doing it?
Yeah, break the whole thing down. Break the whole thing down.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I just want to know it. I just want to know. It's annoying. It's right there.
how much is Alex Jones right about?
Yeah,
How about that?
That's a good question,
You see, the island got sold, Epstein's Island.
bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Some dude bought it for like a couple mil. Wild. And now it's
And
just
bought it
his,
from who?
So I guess it maybe got like surrendered to the government or something. I don't know. I don't
that's what I
know.
would assume.
I don't know how it worked, but he was able to
what
buy it. Now
government?
he's turned into like a resort.
I mean,
Wasn't it
Son,
not
that's
part of the U.S.?
crazy.
Yeah, I think it was a Virgin Islands.
Yeah. So who'd they buy?
Oh, no, it's not. Not for long.
Yeah, I guess the Virgin Islands is a municipality of England or some shit. I think.
It was
well,
British
there's
Virgin
American
Islands and
and
the US.
British.
I think it was British. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, that's a wild. I mean, whoever buys it, they have to make sure there's nothing. Before them, the theys here have to make sure that there's nothing left on that island. Like I'm sure we've had American soldiers on the island, right, looking for all
Yeah, I'm sure they sweep the entire.
island.
I mean, there's videos of just people going to it.
I've seen a couple of those on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they'll just fly a drone over it and just like
Crazy.
snoop around.
But I'd like to know that. That'd be cool. That seems like the biggest conspiracy of our generation.
Then you're gonna know like all the kitty fuckers.
Yeah.
You might be like one right next to you.
I mean,
Yo, Mark ain't powerful
Yeah,
enough.
you think if I'm fucking kids, it's not on Epstein's island, bro.
I mean,
church.
you gotta start somewhere.
It's the diocese.
yeah, someone bought it for $60 million and they want to make a resort out of it. Like
That's crazy.
you even one
That's
article like, oh, where's the
crazy.
resort? Oh, it's Epstein's island, but you know.
Yo, I have a question about that. Like, how much time has to pass before we forget something awful happened in an area and we could put something fun there?
As soon as I can get a deal on it.
Yeah, exactly. Literally,
It was a
that is
huge
the right
deal.
answer.
So yeah, I would, but making it a resort is crazy because so many people can make the judgment of it. If it was just you got a deal, you're flattening the house and redoing it, and that's your island now.
If a woman got
That's okay.
raped in the apartment before you, but because that happened, you got a discount on it. Are
No,
you not sleeping?
I'm
How
not-
big of a
I'm
discount?
not doing it, bro.
But he would.
I'm not doing it.
No broker fee?
Me, I'm doing it immediately.
I'm not
Like,
doing it,
What
yo.
happened there previously doesn't matter.
No, that shit is foul, dude. There's a bad energy in that place. I
Men
don't
of God
want
and
it.
energy.
You're
Yeah,
in
exactly.
America right now.
Yeah, we're on
Know
Indian bones.
All the bad energy that goes
That's what
on
I'm saying.
here.
A certain amount of time we forget about what happened.
If it happened in my, I was thinking this. If it happened when you asked, if it happened in my lifetime, I'm not gonna be cool with it. My kids will probably be cool with it. Their kids will for sure not give a fuck about Epstein's island.
So it's the next generation.
We'll be like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, and the generation after will absolutely not give a fuck.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, this is a horrible thing to say, but like on all of those islands in the Caribbean, there was absolutely disgusting amounts
yeah.
of slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like repulsive.
I mean, I grew up in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
And
on,
then
it's
all
crazy.
those places where there were sugarcane plantations and just awful slavery are now resorts. So there's a certain amount of time where you can put a resort over a tragedy.
Also, in the house is different. Like living in a home that was a plantation and it's the same home, it just feels.
Yeah, you got to move the foundation somewhere else.
You destroy that house, you build something new, it's gonna feel different.
Can I tell y'all something? No.
a couple layers of paint.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's what the
I could
country
live
is.
in.
Stage,
I could
just
live
walk
in
around.
I could live in an apartment where someone got murdered before me, but a house would be spooky. But an apartment,
Wait,
like
why?
if someone got murdered in the apartment, I don't know. Like,
That's
Is it
smaller.
all the other apartments around you, maybe?
what do you mean?
Like you just feel a little bit. There's like 100 apartments here. This one happened to have one
So
bad
if you're
thing
a
happen.
ghost
But
and you
this-
live in like a co-op,
Yo, you a broke
you
ghost.
are a broke ghost. Like you loser. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Level
what are you
up, dude.
doing, man? Like, get out of here.
They're in the same co-op you live in.
Yeah. But you could go through walls. I gotta sleep somewhere.
Yeah, go live
Go
on an
find
island.
a
if you're
house in
ghost.
Long Island. Live.
Yeah, go to the Hamptons.
But
dude.
isn't
Why
that
are you
the-
holding on to this project?
you're gonna,
building?
you're gonna
Isn't
haunt
that
the
the-
studio?
Isn't that what they say? Ghosts are. We should ask Charlemagne. Aren't ghosts confined to the area where the thing happened?
Yeah.
They be saying that shit. Move on, yo. This shit was never. You rented. You can't even. Yo, you can't be a ghost in an apartment you rent.
Yeah, you're on the lease
Yeah,
like for a
you
little.
were out of here.
Yeah.
Like you were out of here 4 years anyway. Like no,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
God.
If you got
God.
a mortgage, it's different. If you're
Yeah.
a ghost mortgage, then it's fine.
If you own the home, you could be a ghost. You're entitled to that.
That's
But
some-
if you were renting,
That's some white shit. Hey, ghost, why don't you just go colonize a new house?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know, haunt
You
the
deserve
new
it.
land.
yeah,
you deserve
no,
it.
you got
You
an
deserve
evicted
it.
ghost, bro.
afterlife, you deserve it. Go get yourself
I'm
a
not
home.
living on that fucking Epstein Island though. Did they say what LA comic bought it, or does that not? Is that not out there?
No,
I'm
it's a
curious.
Jewish billionaire. Of course he bought it. Not a. I swear to God.
Do you think he bought it as like a cover up or what?
Financier Steven Deckhoff. I'm like, really?
Founder of
Wait, the
Black
Victoria's
Diamond
Secret
Capital.
guy?
He's the founder of what?
Black Diamond Capital.
Black
It just
Diamond.
sounds evil, bro.
Yeah,
it just
bro.
sounds
It sounds
evil.
so evil.
Why? Because black?
Damn, bro.
It's Black Rock Capital. That's why it's Black Rock is the evil one, and Black Diamond is like just a bootleg version of
That's
it.
what I was thinking.
Oh,
Also.
okay.
Yeah. Also that.
All right, what else we got, my boys?
All right, guys, we're gonna take a break real quick because you need a complete source of nutrition. I'm not just talking about a multivitamin that leaves out all your superfoods. I'm not just talking about a supplement that leaves all your vitamins. You need one super supplement that does all of the above, and that's where AG1 comes in. It has 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I take it, and I swear to God, I shit better when I take it. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. I take it, I mix it with a little coconut water, a little bit of water, tastes fantastic. I get little travel packs, bring them on the road. I shit better. There's prebiotics and probiotics. Sustainable routines are the key for being healthy. And AG1 is a daily micro habit that helps you and me absorb key nutrients and leave a macro healthy lifestyle. It's a micro habit to lead to macro health, all right? So right now it's the time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just one scoop, a cup of water or coconut water if you want it to be more delicious every day, and that's it. You don't need a million fucking pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make things easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/flagrant. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/flagrant. Take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance and shit better. Now let's get back to the show. Also, guys, let's be honest, your dick game is not what it needs to be. I know you want to pretend it's amazing, but it's not. The only difference between us is I'm self-aware, so I use Blue Chew. Just supplement your dick game. You're supplementing your health, now supplement your dick game. Ladies, you know your man needs it. Buy it for him, but not for him, really for you, because Blue Chew is a chewable tablet that works faster than all those other tablets, pills that you're popping, and it gets dicks right, bruh. Get your dick game right. And to make things easy, if you don't believe me, you just go to bluechew.com, use a promo code FLAGRANT, and they will send you your first shipment for free. You just pay $5 in shipping. What do you have to lose? $5? That's a cup of coffee in New York City. So go to bluechew.com, use the promo code FLAGRANT, and get the best dick of your life, ladies. Fellas, give the best dick of your life. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Hard dicks, that is. Bluechew.com, promo code FLAGRANT. Now let's get back to the show. Also, guys, real quick, tour dates. First of all, I have a very special announcement as well. I'm going to wait until next week to do it, but just know we got special things happening all over this flagrant motherfucking podcast. So wait next week for that. And in the meantime, Bum Ass Cities tour still going on. June 14th, Buffalo, New York. June 15th, Rochester, New York. July 12th, Huntsville, Alabama. And July 13th, and again, hurry up, these tickets are about to sell out. Nashville, Tennessee at Zany's Comedy Club. Those dates and more are listed at akashsingh.com. Get your tickets now. Again, big announcement coming up next week. I can't wait. So now let's get back to the show.
The Shannon Sharpe leaving Skip is really interesting. So Skip leaves First Take with Stephen A. Starts a show on FSN.
FS1.
FS1 or
Gets
whatever.
the bag, yeah.
Gets a bag. Supposed to be no-name channel, nobody gives a fuck about. Builds it up into viral sensation.
Yeah.
Finds an unbelievable talent in Shannon Sharpe. Shannon is memes. Shannon is culture. Shannon is, sayings. Like, his energy is infectious. He's just incredible. Shannon decides that he no longer wants to be part of the show. Leaves. Why do you guys think that he left?
I think Skip is insufferable after a certain point. I think there's a lot of shit you'll put up with because Skip will have the crazy take that you can bounce off of, and you know how to play with Skip, you'll elevate your profile. But I think, and again, I have listened to Skip since I was a kid in Dallas before he was famous. He started on TikiWiki. Well, not started. He started like when TikiWiki started. Yeah. None of those guys have really great experiences with Skip overall.
Right.
So I just, at a certain point, you're like, you know what? I don't need this. Also, the ratings on the show weren't actually good. clips would go viral, but the ratings on the show itself weren't that great. So I think you're just like, I'll just go to the Mouse at ESPN.
Oh, do you think Shannon is offered something over at the Mouse?
I think he can leverage something good out of this. And he's like, I don't need to put up with this anymore.
I think it's got to be a money thing. Yeah, I think if for someone to leave, like there's got to be money somewhere else, plus like a hostile work environment.
Yeah.
Like for some reason for them to go, and then some other way to get the same or more money somewhere else.
I agree. I think a combination of both. Like I want my own thing. I could probably get a bigger bag someplace else. I built up my name. Like people tune into the show probably for me a little bit more. Like you see my memes go crazy. And he has his own podcast, so he's really doing his solo thing already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just a play for the next venture.
I think he probably saw Skip as a come up from the beginning. He probably knew what he was getting into. And then I think that's why he started doing Club Shay Shay, which is his podcast, early on. As he built his thing, he started building for himself very quickly. I'm sure people talked to him and he talked to people and he was like, all right, this is what this is. I know how to play with this guy. He'll say some crazy shit. I'll have fun as me. I'll use him. I'll raise my profile and then I'm out. Yeah. And I think Skip might be salty because he's used to using.
Is he used to using? I'm like, I don't know. I think what Skip did was unbelievable. He built it again. Like First Take hasn't been the same since Skip. They going through different hosts. It didn't work.
I think
with
it's
Max.
still the highest rated show on ESPN.
Regardless if it's rated, it's not culturally relevant in the way it was with Stephen A. and Skip. We can all acknowledge that.
Nah, here's where I give some pushback. I don't disagree with you or think you're wrong, but I think that generation still cares about ratings because that's what drives their salaries. Being culturally relevant at ESPN, they haven't figured out how to monetize that. So they're going off of who gives us ad dollars. Ratings gives us ad dollars. This show matters.
Yeah, but one, I don't think the ratings are what they used to be.
They're not, yeah, but that's TV.
Exactly. So what matters to me is the cultural relevance that you're going to get from all the clips going viral on Instagram or Twitter or different accounts picking them up, et cetera. Like to me, that's how I'm looking at a show being successful. And then they have to find other ways to monetize that. But I'm like, okay, this is success. And the reality is like Stephen A is a fucking superstar, but he hasn't found that other person to bounce off of in the same way that he did. Stephen A, one of the best qualities that he has is his ability to condescend hilariously. He is awesome at condescending. And he had the perfect foil in Skip, a guy who is saying absolutely ludicrous takes, and then this eloquent dude who is just condescending the shit out of him, right? Telling why he's wrong and bullying him.
Yeah.
And it was magic. And they haven't been able to replicate it. I mean, Max was too logical.
Yeah.
Stephen A couldn't condescend. It just came with like logical facts every single time. And it's like, this isn't entertaining. You're making a great argument. I have to fucking agree.
Yeah.
And if you, like, it just didn't work.
Some of the funniest clips is where people have cut up. You see Skip arguing against himself.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Skip arguing Aaron Rodgers against himself?
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
If you can pull it up, it's like, hilarious. It's unbelievable.
But he's pure entertainment. Like, that's the way I look at him. It's like, he doesn't care about sports. He cares. He is an actor.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it.
He is trying to say the funniest thing in the moment.
I hope Stephen A and Sharpe aren't behind the scenes planning to do a show together.
Because
I don't think it would work.
No.
They have too much respect for one another. They kind of play the same role on the show. Yeah. So it's like, who's going to be the Skip?
I mean, Stephen A needs someone he could be an asshole to.
Yeah.
And Skip provides you all the opportunities to be an asshole to him.
Yes.
Yeah. He is an asshole. So it's like, it was magic. And yeah, everybody else that they've matched Stephen A with, Stephen A is just so interesting that he's going to be able to carry whatever the fuck he's on. I have no question about that. But in order to get that fucking lightning rod that was First Take, I mean, you had to watch it. This is when nobody was watching TV anymore. Everyone still watched First Take. Are you watching First Take now?
No, I wasn't watching First Take ever, but yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You never watched First Take?
Because I was like, well, they're both just playing characters. As great as Stephen A is, he's still, I don't think he believes everything he says. I know Skip doesn't believe anything he says. So for me, it was like, all right, well, I'll just watch SportsCenter and see what's actually happening. But I know I'm the exception because that was the highest rated show on ESPN. So I'm not saying I'm right. Now, what I will say is I do think Steven and Shannon could make it work. It won't be the same dynamic at all.
I don't think so.
But I think they're talented and smart enough to make it work.
I don't think so at all.
It'll be different, but I think it'll be good. And also, I think Stephen A, it's cool that he won't ever dog out Skip because what they did together, but he says little things. Even just him saying like, Skip came to me and begged me, let's do a show. I need this. We need this, whatever. And then he had a message to Shannon on video. He was like, Shannon hasn't told me why he left. I have a pretty good idea. I think I know. I think Stephen A is taking little shots at Skip, like he's acknowledging working with Skip sucks.
Well, why do that after it's done?
Because you got to say something. Because if you're in a shitty work environment and you never, at a certain point, you say little things that come out. It just happens.
Ego, unresolved tension.
Unresolved tension would be my guess. More than ego, but ego for sure. Stephen A's great, but he got an ego. He'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, I hope that Stephen A and Shannon don't do it together. I don't think that's the show. I think Stephen A needs a pompous guy to talk to.
Who was that fat guy that gave horrible takes on one of the other channels? Fat, chubby black guy. Fuck.
Oh. Yeah.
Whitlock.
Yes.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Slammed
Oh,
on
I mean, that would be
motherfucker
nonstop.
all day.
That would be nonstop
Yeah.
between the two of them.
fuck
That would be
great.
fireworks.
Yeah.
I think Whitlock has just made himself so toxic with some of his takes.
Perfect.
No, I think
ESPN probably
will be
couldn't
like,
hire
we
him.
can't do that.
Oh.
But he would be so good.
But exactly that. That type of person who's going to have incredibly strong opinions that Stephen A could condescend to, and it would be masterful. But you have to be strong in those. I think there's a little bit that's happening that with Perk right now, with Kendrick Perkins. They found a little bit of a dynamic right there
You
where
seen the Reddit clip. JJ Redick is trying to make
Bro,
a
it's
point,
amazing.
and you hear this heavy ass breathing.
JJ Redick is on first take.
Yeah.
Okay. Stephen A, JJ Redick, and Kendrick Perkins are on first take.
Perk is not even on the screen. You just hear this breathing. JJ Redick is making some really smart basketball point. He's amazing. And then he goes, stops midpoint. He goes, Perk, is that you breathing on the microphone? What is that? That's awful, dude.
Stephen A comes in, he goes, yeah, are you dying over there? What the hell is that?
I mean, sports commentary kind of needs less facts.
Yes.
Like it's inherently a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yes.
debating people being good at like sports. Like it's inherently like there's some data, but it's really kind of subjective.
That's why it's fun, because there is no right or wrong.
And so I think it's almost better. Like who's the dude that was like, I'm taking Iguodala? Who was that?
Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
That was the most illogical thing Max Kellerman has ever said in the history of
And
his
it's
career.
the funniest thing he's ever said.
And it's viral.
Yeah, it's like you
yeah.
almost want less facts.
Yeah,
when
that's
it
why
comes to
Skip,
sports commentary.
if we really want to call it what it is, that's why Skip's the GOAT. No. Listen,
Chill out.
Stephen A is the greatest in terms of like journalism. Skip is the greatest in terms of creating an entertaining show, because he did it again. He recreated First Take with a guy that we all knew, Shannon Sharpe, but we didn't know him as a broadcaster. And another superstar emerges.
Yeah, but
a
Stephen
superstar.
A kept it bubbling even once that guy left.
Yeah, because you still nobody
No
watches.
question. Go.
Nobody watches Undisputed. Every clip I watch from Undisputed that goes viral that I remember is Shannon. It's Shannon doing
But
the
Shannon
thing.
needs, what I'm trying to say is he's the kingmaker. Shannon needs somebody to react to. What we like about Shannon is the passion. What we like about Shannon is the excitement, right? And he's finding a way to get that out of him.
There
You
could
gotta
be.
give him credit, man.
I know.
You can't do it twice.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
the greatest B Mike.
Great, call him a B Mike.
Yeah.
But again, he's creating the show, right? He created First Take. Didn't he say, I want Stephen A. Smith?
No, I thought Stephen A. Smith had. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Stephen A. Smith had First Take, and he was like, "Get me on this show."
No.
That's the way Stephen A. Smith tells it. Of Skip like begging him, basically.
Oh, I thought it was, I'm not doing the show unless it's with Stephen A. Smith. That's what Skip said.
I think they both have different
not
versions.
sure. I don't
And then there was a
remember.
little tension because Stephen A. Smith told the story like that, something along the lines of what I said.
Yeah.
And Skip was annoyed by that, and then Stephen A. Smith had to clear the air and say this is what it was or whatever. But his retelling is, I think Skip came to him and said, I need to do this. But also to what I was going to say, the moments I remember going viral from Undisputed, with Stephen A. Smith, he needs to condescend. With Shannon, it's pulling out the fucking Henny and the Black and Mild and then just going, Skip. And that's not even, he'll do that with anybody. Skip. It's just him being a fucking character.
So here's my pushback on that. He has a podcast where he interviews people.
yeah.
Any clip that's gone viral from that podcast is the guest. all the clips that go viral from the show with him and Skip are him. And Skip is bringing something out of him. Just like he brought the best, most entertaining version out of Stephen A, he brings the best, most entertaining version out of Shannon. And if there's someone else that they're gonna put in there, he's Belichick, dude. He's gonna bring the best, most entertaining version out of the person across from him. And it's because he's so fucking ridiculous. You ever have someone who's kind of like ball busty and mean to you, and then it gives you that like, that freedom to be an asshole to them too, and there's something liberating about that. Like there's sometimes people are like really kind or nice or polite to you, and you're like, I can't fucking kill this guy.
It forces you to kind of like be polite.
Be kind and polite. But the fact that somebody's coming in and just being a jerk, you could be like, oh, I'm gonna give all my opinions. What we've built with each other, 100%, right? But we bring out the best of each other.
Nah, but you bugging right now. You sound like Pippen talking about Jordan right now. So like, stop it. Stephen A is that dude.
No. Stephen A is the greatest. I said it right to his fucking face right here. I believe he's the greatest.
Skip is
But Skip,
the best.
put it this way. Stephen A, Skip is Steve Nash. Everybody around Skip is gonna get a way bigger fucking contract.
Okay.
If you sitting next to Skip, you get paid. If you sit next to Stephen A, you might get paid less. If you sit next to Stephen A, you might get paid. Max making less money.
Stephen A could be Jordan, Skip could be Nash.
Stephen A is Jordan.
Okay.
Kobe,
it's
whatever.
his show.
I can agree with that.
It's his
I
thing.
can
He's
agree with
doing
that.
it.
Yeah.
But Skip, if you sit there with him, you have a career.
Yeah,
That's a kingmaker, a career maker.
I don't
Like-
disagree. And again, I don't like Skip, so I'm going to be hesitant to give up credit, but I could see that.
And again, I'm not trying to give him credit as like what he says is true.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is he's going to create an environment where you're going to speak to him in a way that is entertaining. And if you have skill, he's going to bring it out of you. And he's specifically looking for people, I think, he's specifically selecting people that he feels he can have the most entertaining dynamic with. And so far it works.
I give you that. Because like the clip that's going around that everybody's saying, oh, this is maybe the reason why he left was when they were talking about Brady. And then Skip brings up Sharpe like, yo, you had to retire at like 30 something. Look at how he's playing at 45. And then he's like, yo, why you gotta take a personal shot? And it's like, yeah, he dug it a little bit and he knew he was gonna,
And that moment was like this beautiful, like vulnerable, authentic feeling, right? I'm just saying, Skip needs his flowers a bit too for what he can create.
Yeah.
Not for the journalism.
You can't be untalented and be that big. You can't be an idiot and get that big.
Yeah.
Twice, to your point. Got the bag multiple times.
He'll do it again.
And it's hard to get your flowers if you're the heel.
100%. That's right, he's the heel.
Yeah.
You have to look at him, if it's wrestling, he's the heel. And there can be heels that are unbelievably popular, but without them, you don't get The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock needs someone to go against.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about Stephen A is he's a lovable anti-hero. He's like Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
He's the Chael. It's like he's almost trying to be the heel, but he's so good and so lovable that you actually like him.
Yeah.
And you need somebody, you need the opposition to be very specific for that.
Yeah.
You need to be somebody who's like even more of an asshole.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a comparison between, because I know there's been players and coaches like this with Skip, where you go there and initially there's success, and then eventually this guy's personality will wear out with everybody, and it's gonna go up in flames.
Yep.
So this isn't the right example, but you could maybe say something about, Terrell Owens. Back in the day, T.O. goes to your squad, you're going to win games.
Yep.
In the immediate future, you are going to win games. He's going to put up numbers. At a certain point, that personality is going to destroy the locker room.
Yeah.
That's just what he did everywhere. He did it in San Francisco, he did it in Philly, he did it in Dallas.
Great call.
He's going to divide everyone, and it's going to be fucking up in flames.
Your quarterback going to have his best year.
Yeah.
Tight end going to have his best year. You know what I mean?
And then eventually he's going to start calling Jeff Garcia gay or calling Donovan McNabb fat.
Yes.
It's just what it's going to be.
And that's going to wear on you.
Yeah.
But yes, that's great. Great example. Speaking of little hot takes, did you guys see the game 2?
I did. I did.
Yes. Okay. Yes. A little bit. No, we know he did, but it was a good.
At least you asked him. He could say no up front.
Yeah.
So he caught you during the idol too. you like went to him. He's like, oh yeah. He's like,
Because I did hear about it. I actually did hear about the idol.
ChatGPT thought about the idol. Okay, so Game 2 proves Eric Spoelstra is the most criminally underrated coach in the history of the NBA.
Unbelievable what he did.
He has never won a Coach of the Year award, I believe.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I think I understood that a little bit more when he had the super team and was winning the championships. I think it was very easy for people to just go, you know what? This is, you have the greatest stars in the league right now are on the same team. It's not Spoelstra, it's the players. But his ability to maintain his team's position, I mean, he's constantly playoff threat, and now to go from 8th seed to taking a game off of Denver and specifically confusing the shit out of the Joker.
Out of one of the smartest players ever.
I mean, if you really look at what happened, they were switching in and out of that zone defense. What was happening in the fourth quarter? Jokic was turning the ball over, throwing the shit out of bounds. Like, he was rattled.
Yeah.
He was really, now don't get me wrong, he had fucking 40 points. Like, he had a great game. He had a great game. But he was rattled in the fourth when it's game
The fourth
time.
quarter, the whole Nuggets squad was rattled. Early in the fourth. Now they came back, but early in the fourth, you're watching that first half of the fourth quarter, and I was just like, yo, they look so flustered right now. They look completely discombobulated.
And that's coaching. And that is fucking coaching. Also, assembling that team, masterful. A couple things they did. One, if you notice, at any point in time on the floor, they have 4 ball handlers. Turnovers kill you in the motherfucking playoffs, especially against a team like the Nuggets that can execute, right? It might be 5 if Bam is your center.
Yeah.
Because Bam can kind of handle the ball and he can pass. The only time where they don't have a guy who can dribble and pass is when the white boy's up there. What is Zeller or whatever his name is?
Zeller.
Cody Zeller's up there. Besides that, Duncan Robinson is your worst ball handler.
Yeah, and he's gotten
He's
better.
still a guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, think about the Knicks. Now, we have some guys that can handle the ball, whatever. But in the playoffs, there's certain guys that get it, and you're like, get the ball to Brunson.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your hands.
Son, Jaylen Brown.
That's all we were saying.
I love Jaylen Brown.
Turnover machine.
Yeah, but can't handle the ball. Force him left, force him left, force him left. That's all they do.
So, and then everybody, or no, at least 3 guys at any point in time on the floor are knockdown 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Lights out, knockdown 3-point shooters. And they, no, on the Heat.
Hot and cold, though. Because if they're not hitting, they lose.
That is a 3-point
Well,
game.
this playoffs, outside of that game 1, they have been hot the whole playoffs.
And I think that they're just good.
At a certain point, you can't keep saying it's just
Caleb
a
Martin,
hot
Gabe
streak.
Vincent, Strus was shooting his ass
Yeah.
off. Obviously, Duncan Robinson, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. And then, what's his face? Jimmy's going to get to his spots.
Yeah.
You know, and shoot at a high clip. And it's like they're finding ways to score and put pressure on. And then when you can shoot from behind the arc, it opens up the actual floor a little bit more because you have to defend further out. You have to run around every single screen. Now you're going backdoor, and then Duncan Robinson's getting fucking layups and dunks on guys. That should never happen. You should never have Duncan Robinson beating you to the basket.
Yeah.
But it does when he's that much of a 3-point threat.
Yeah.
They're it's so impressive to watch.
So impressive. I think if they win, it's the greatest championship run in the history of American sports. I don't know, football, like European football, but I can't think of anything. Somebody brought up the Giants in 2007. They were like a 5th or 6th seed. But in the NFL, you can get hot and win 4 games, and they had a ton of talent on that team, and they kind of underachieved throughout the season. The Heat have won 7-game series against the number 1 seed in the East, the Bucks, who might have been the number 1 seed overall. Everybody thought they were going to win it. The number 2 seed in the Celtics, the number 4 seed in the Knicks, didn't get to play the number 3 seed. They would have watched Philly, no question. And now the number 1 seed in the West, Denver. And they're 1-1 with them.
And convincingly beat them.
And they were down in the play-in game. If they were down by 3 with like 3 minutes left or whatever, if those 3 minutes don't go their way, they're out. They don't make the playoffs at all.
What were they seeded going into the playoffs?
8th.
Wow. Yeah.
And they had to win a playing game for the 8th seed.
So they even played more games. Have they played more games than the Nuggets?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Nuggets swept.
They swept LA. They beat or Phoenix in 6, and they beat Denver in. No,
Think
sorry,
about that. Think about that.
Minnesota in 5.
Think about this for a second. Interesting statistic. The Miami Heat beat the Nuggets in high altitude.
Yeah.
That is something the Lakers with AD,
And Braun.
LeBron, who else?
Phoenix didn't do it.
No. Who else is on the Lakers? I mean, the Lakers had a little squad.
Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder. The stars are AD and Brown.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is something that a Laker team could not do.
And the Suns.
Suns couldn't win a game
Yeah, that was crazy.
in high altitude.
Booker and Durant.
Now, I don't know how much of an advantage playing in Miami is because Miami basketball fans are not the best or most devout. It's just not like a cultural thing down there. But like, still, the fact that you take one away at home.
Yeah.
And you took game 2. Everybody thought that they would take game 1 because Denver would be a little bit rusty. And then all of a sudden, Denver's just going to lock it in. And Denver will make adjustments. Like, Mike Malone is good. He's a good coach, really good coach. But to see a team make an adjustment and visibly frustrate another team from game 1 to game 2. I mean, like, really confuse them. There were moments in that fourth quarter where Denver's like, what the fuck is going on? There were some late fourth heroics that kept it close. Jamal Murray just shooting out of his fucking mind. But outside of that, I mean.
So here's the thing I noticed with Murray. He is streaky to me, and I feel like he's less streaky as he gets older and more experienced and better or whatever. But he's kind of like AD on the Lakers. If AD goes, the Lakers pretty much win. If Murray goes, they pretty much win. Bron is always going to get his. Jokic always going to get his. Jokic is the best player in the league right now, and I don't think it's close. But Jamal Murray, if he goes, that motherfucker gets hot, it's over. You're not beating him. Yeah. And he only really kind of got hot at the end of the fourth quarter, and that's when they pulled it to within 1.
I have a lot of respect for Jokic, but I can't call him the best player in the league if he's having fourth quarters like that. Like, this is the finals.
Again, you
have
had
to see him the whole playoffs. I'm giving him one quarter off.
Game 1, this is Jokic. This is where I think the brilliance of him is. He had 27 points in game 1. You know how many shots he took? 12. Think about taking 12 shots and getting 2.25 points per shot. Not per make, per shot.
Yeah.
Kobe would get like a point a shot, and I love Kobe. But that was like, let's get at least 1 point a shot or whatever. They had it wasn't 2.25.
Yeah.
And the guy's just incredible. And that he had averaging a triple-double.
He's great. He's great. I'm just saying, I watched him play, and I was like, wow, that's really impressive to see a big move like this. He's always on balance. He's got great fucking touch. Don't get me wrong. Great court vision. He's looking to make the right pass, and guys are scoring.
It's hilarious.
But what?
Because like, this is the first time that even black people would give it up to this guy, and the fact that you aren't giving him giving him that #1 spot right now, like
he's the blackest.
We can't say that.
Y'all are sellouts, bro.
No,
y'all are sellouts.
We've never given it. Even when y'all was talking about Luka this, Luka that, is like Luka was balling, but nah, he wasn't that dude. Joker right now, son, this motherfucker, he might be that.
It's undeniable that the best players in the NBA right now are white.
Stop it.
But that is a fact. There's nothing that we can say about that.
The best player is white. Luka's top 5.
The best player.
No, Luka's
best
number
player,
1.
Luka's top 5.
Jokic is number 2.
Tyler Hero.
Is there even a good black guy in the league anymore?
But Giannis not African American. Giannis Greek.
He's Greek.
He's Greek.
He's Greek. He's European. He's European.
We take
the best players are European.
Best players are Euro.
Best players are European.
That's a fact. 3/5 of the top 5 players in the league are European.
Who are you guys?
It's fact.
I thought this was America.
Yeah, so did we. We thought that y'all could hold it down. Let these fucking Europeans come in and bully us, bro.
Crazy. They
come on, black people, step it up. What the fuck is happening here, bro?
I don't know.
Do it for America.
I don't know. This is sad. This is really sad. This is our sport, bro.
Immigrants, bro, taking your jobs.
Yeah, dude.
God, can't believe it.
Come on.
Those the real aliens. Fuck.
I think Jimmy is going to neutralize Jamal.
I did have that fear. I still think the Nuggets win, but that is a valid fear that and even the last possession. Once Jimmy switched on to Jamal, it was fucking locked on.
Time, yeah. And I mean, Jamal got a good shot off, and it looked good going up, too.
I thought the D was so good, though.
Yeah, he did. But I agree with you, though. I think that Jamal is going to be the difference maker. I think that Jokic gets 40 whenever he wants to get 40, and I think he does it efficiently, and he's very impressive, don't get me wrong. But if Jamal doesn't also get it up there, it's going to be tricky.
Yeah, and I think they will figure it out. I also, I don't know a ton of X's and O's, whatever, but I just felt like I saw a lot of blown defensive assignments on the Nuggets. And they're not a good defensive team, but if they can play decently, I think they win that game. Decent defense. The amount of just lazy D I thought on screens and whatever, wide open shooters, everybody's not communicating, being sloppy. I was like, I think if they fix their defense, they can win. And realistically, a lot of series go to 1-1 with 2 good teams. And even though the Heat are an 8 seed, they're a fucking good team. So I still think Nuggets in 6, maybe 7. But dude, the Heat are like you said, man, they had the Nuggets flustered. They're just so well coached, so
I still
disciplined.
think Nuggets in 5. I think they take one back.
I mean, they have to win out now. They have to take both in
the
Miami.
next 3, right?
Yeah.
And it's, okay.
Well, it's 2 in Miami, but if they're going to win in 5, they have to win the next 3
Yeah.
because it's 1-1.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Spider-Man came out. Everybody is saying that this is the greatest Spider-Man movie ever.
No, that.
A lot of people are saying this.
It is the highest grossing
No.
Spider-Man movie in history. I think including cartoon and not cartoon.
Okay. Check that out.
So far, like opening weekend or whatever it was. But just look to make sure. People are saying it was absolutely amazing. Al fell asleep.
I did.
Now, why is that?
Not because it wasn't good. I was just tired, bro.
Okay. So,
Oh man, bro.
but the parts that you saw, you didn't like.
Nah, I think I was tired going into it, so it's like I wasn't even all the way listening.
You weren't locked in.
Yeah, I wasn't. I gotta watch it again to give it a real.
Is it possible you don't relate to it? A young black man, having a
Not that
relationship
interested in
with
it.
a Caucasian woman from another part of the world or whatever. Is it possible that there's nothing there that you can kind of connect to?
Was that why it was boring to you? It was like, Brad lived this.
Yeah. I think you relate too much. Yeah.
So they might have to give you some money, bro.
Yeah. You might be entitled to
If
a
Miles
check.
starts painting his nails, that's a weird thing. If Miles Morales comes in with painted nails, that's Alex.
Yo, Miles Morales, a Hispanic black man.
Yo, fuck.
Wow.
From New York.
Yes, a Hispanic black man
I'm a
from New
trendsetter,
York
guys, man.
has
Like,
a
come on,
relationship with a white woman. Or is
I
it
inspired the highest selling Spider-Man.
go? Now,
that's
is it
kinda
number
fun.
one?
It's the best opening ever for an animated Sony film.
Yeah,
Oh,
animated.
so animated Sony film.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I think the Tom Holland, his last one, that was the biggest one.
That was the biggest
and
ever.
that one was phenomenal.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's
This,
great.
this one was, from the people I spoke to, it's a good, crazy cliffhanger. And I think the next one is going to be crazy.
Do you know what the cliffhanger is?
Why are we even talking to this guy? I thought he was going to have a take.
You really gagged on
Oh, did you guys see it?
No.
So why you bring that up?
Because you saw it.
I kinda. You know I kinda saw
right,
it. So
Lil
why would you bring
Mermaid.
it up?
I saw Black Little Mermaid.
What did you think about
It's
it?
also very funny that Mark put Lil Mermaid in the notes. Yo, I thought the movie, my wife loves all of it, so we went and saw all Disney movies I have to see.
Yeah.
It was too long, but that girl, Halle Bailey, is fucking incredible.
Really talented.
Son, the first song she sings, I was like, this is beautiful. I look
Oh,
at
her
my
voice.
girl, she's crying at the first song.
No
I look at the
way.
girl next to me, also with the miserable boyfriend. This girl crying. I look at the girl next to my girl. They're crying. One song in.
Which song?
What's it called? A part of, what is it? A part of that
part
world?
of
Come on,
this
come on. How do you get it wrong?
A part of your world.
A part of
I
your
wanna
world.
be where the people are. I wanna be where the
See 'em
people
dancing, walking around
with
on
the-
those. What do you call them?
Feet.
Stop.
Bro, who likes feet more, me or Lil Mermaid, bro?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's
That is a
battle for the ages.
tricky one, dude.
Yeah.
Who wanted the Little Mermaid to get feet more? Me or the Little Mermaid? How are the feet? Do they do a little?
They do a little thing.
And is the reveal good?
Not bad. Not bad.
Just not bad?
Not bad.
Are they
Not-
Halle Bailey's actual feet?
I think so.
Is she old enough for me to discuss this?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I've looked into this.
Does she paint the toenails?
yes.
Whoa, they come with toenail polish?
Yeah, Disney not gonna have her.
Bro,
Come on,
that
this is
is
Disney, bro.
crazy.
Disney knows what the people want.
You get feet and a
Son,
pedicure?
they're pedicured. They're fucking fresh.
What color?
Yeah, what
Like
color?
a pearl color, I believe.
Bro, can I tell you my joke? Can I tell you my joke that I made on Brilliant Idiots?
Yeah.
You know how Little Mermaid's mom died?
How?
Well, did
Yeah,
you,
she did die.
She did die.
Yeah.
But do you know what she died from?
No.
Sickle cell anemia.
Ah, good.
Yeah, no.
Scotiabank Arena.
Scotiabank is September 30th, baby! Okay, so you loved
I
her
thought she was
ability.
great, and I thought these people who are outraged at a Black Little Mermaid, pick a different one. I get that you're upset that they're trying to make everything overly diverse, but like, My wife said this girl looks like a Disney princess. She's a beautiful girl, big eyes,
Yeah.
like pretty smile, all that.
Disney's
She just
always been
is-
diverse. I hate this argument.
That's
like
also
they have
true.
It's like they've always had fucking Asian or black or whatever Disney movies. I think the weird thing is when there's this trend of taking existing characters of one race or color and switching them out for others. I think that's when people get weirded out. But nobody was like, Mulan, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But if
You
they
know-
did remake Mulan with a white lead,
Fire.
fire, dude.
Fire.
That'd be awesome.
They should do that. What do you
Okay.
mean? Why can't it be white?
What's weird about it?
What's wrong with it being white?
You see how you walked right into that, right?
Let him walk right into it. Let him
Now
walk
I'm
right
like
into it.
thinking, like, if that Depp girl was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Good save.
Bruh,
That's
Good save.
Mulan.
highest
Good
selling
save. You
weekend
tied it in
of
with an
all-
old thing and
highest
everything.
selling weekend of
Bro,
all
you said
time, bro.
the Depp girl,
Depp, yeah.
and I started to get goosebumps behind my ears.
Got a little
That
cold.
was weird,
You're
bro.
blushing right now. dude.
Have I? Stop it, dude. Stop it.
I wonder
Yeah.
if she does well enough where she,
Are we talking about Depp or are we talking
Depp,
about Lil Mermaid?
where like,
We just jumped off Lil Mermaid.
yeah, because let's go to
Let's
what
go
matters.
talk about Depp and them fucking lighter nipples.
So-
dude, her nipples look like Bic lighters. Look at them things.
But like, children of huge stars,
God damn.
I mean,
they
her
have
kids
to
will
do something crazy to like get out of that shadow.
I
And-
mean, Johnny Depp made some nice little.
Guys, we're gonna take a break real quick because you're getting your skincare right with Geology, but you don't know that you can also get your hair right with Geology. That's right, the company that makes skincare easy is also making hair care easy. They launched a brand new custom controlled hair care system, and just like the skincare quiz, all you gotta do is go online, answer a handful of questions, and then you get your own personalized hair care routine. And Schulz has brought this up before, but this is how you know you can trust them. They're gonna tell you not to shampoo every day. Shampooing every day is not good for your hair. Big Shampoo ain't telling you that. Geology is. This is a company you can trust. The custom hair care routine comes with a truly personalized routine, and for a limited time, they are hooking you up with a fucking insane offer. Right now, if you go to geology.com and use the promo code FLAGRANT, they will give you 70% off your first purchase of a personalized hair care routine or their award-winning skincare set. Did you hear me? 70% off. Take care of all your bathroom needs. Go to geology.com. That is GEOLOGIE.com and take the hair care quiz. Use the code FLAGRANT and start living that good hair life. Now let's get back to the show. Listen up, you bald fucks. You don't need to do this anymore. There is a medicine that exists, and the second you start losing your hair, you just gotta take this pill. That's it. It's one pill. You don't gotta fly overseas and get hair transplants and painful surgery. As soon as you start losing your hair, you just take a pill with Keeps, and then everything is okay. Keeps offers expert-recommended hair loss treatment, personalized treatment plans that are recommended by a licensed medical provider and delivered straight to your door. You get quality expert care without ever visiting a doctor's office or pharmacy. You just do it online. I know, I've done it. You easily subscribe and you get refill reminders so you never run low on the products you need to take care of your hair. And plans are affordable. Typically, it's half the cost of a pharmacy price without going into the doctor and being embarrassed about your balding. You just do it over the internet. Remember, prevention is key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so act quickly. And if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/flagrant to receive your first month for free. That's your first month of treatment completely free. Again, keeps.com/flagrant to get your first month for free. Stop hesitating. Go now. Keeps, keeps.com/flagrant. Now let's get back to the show.
But no, Apple put out the new goggles. You guys saw it?
Yeah.
The I watched Marquez. I watched Tech Windows. I watched Brownlee's review of them, which was fantastic. You guys should go check it out. And he's going to break it down way better than us, and anything that we say here is all going to be stolen from him. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting.
What's your take?
One thing I thought was really cool. The goggles, it looks as if they're translucent, meaning you see the eyes. So if I'm wearing them, there's a mode where you can see my eyes. It's actually not my eyes. It is a projection of the inside of the goggles on the outside. And you can turn that on or off. Now, when it's quote unquote off, right? So, or on, so you can see my eyes, it lets you know that I can see you and look at you because I'm looking at everything around me, right? So it's really Jarvis. Like remember with Iron Man? Like you can have multiple screens going on. You can look at your computer right there and then it will mirror what's on your computer because it's obviously synced up to all the Apple stuff and then just pop it up into wherever you want in this world and then you move it around with your fingers. All you have to do to I guess, click on something is just do this with your fingers. And it's locked with your eyes.
That intuitive that like it'll actually move. Like when Marquez was doing it, it was actually moving it around.
They don't show him using it. He's just describing his use of it, and I'm sure there's certain limitations. Yeah,
using it.
But like, it's not coming out for another year.
They have had like some of the goggles that are out now have the augmented reality where you can do that same thing.
But you're doing it with a controller, I believe.
Either a controller or you wear some gloves or something.
Or the gloves.
Yeah.
So
this
he's like,
is dope. That
he's like, one of the things he said is Apple's charging $3,500 for it, which is much more expensive than all the other goggles on the market. And he goes, but like Apple often does, there is nothing to compare this to. They're setting a price point because you cannot literally compare this technology to anything else out there. The fact that it's registering your eyes. So if you're looking at a certain app, it will, it knows how. Like if you're focused in on, let's say your music app, it will go to the music app that's on the screen in front of you. It's like you're looking at a computer essentially, and it will highlight it in a way. And then if you want to click it, you just go like this and it just knows where your fingers are, knows where your hands are. It's registering the reality around you and this fake reality that's creating in front of you and allowing you to interface with the fake reality. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Is this not a little scary to everybody?
It's scary.
Well, break down the
like, I think how much we're addicted to our phones, how much that takes us out of reality. I can't sleep for shit. A big reason is the phone. I know how addicted I am to it. You're just immersing yourself even more with this. Like, there's no reason to not live with this all the time. I can just go wherever I need to go, do whatever I need to do.
It's got 2 hour battery life.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better.
You know, you're 100%
It's
right.
only going to get longer. It's only going to progress quicker and quicker.
I do think that it creates... I understand why you're scared because it enables you to live your life completely within a screen.
Yeah, and sorry, one more point. There's been no study that says human beings are happier with smartphones.
Yeah, but they don't care about our happiness.
Yeah, they don't care about our happiness. But that's another reason that I'm a little fearful. Is like, this is only going to exacerbate whatever.
We don't care about our happiness either. But so what this allows you to do, it's quite interesting. It's like, okay, we've got 9 hours of phone time or 7 hours of phone time that you're doing a day, and then I have the Apple Watch, so it's like I'm always kind of part of you. This does enable it so that you can live within a screen your entire day.
Yeah.
So you can put that in eventually. You could put these things on, and I'm sure there'll be like really small versions of them, and you can put them on, and you could go about your day. You can order coffee. You can FaceTime. This is awesome. You can FaceTime. And what the person sees on FaceTime is a AI-generated version of your face that you first do with your iPhone. So when you first are setting up the goggles, it creates this version of your face, and that's what's projected. So you and I are FaceTiming. I got the goggles on. You don't see my goggles. You see my face talking to you, but it's AI-generated.
So it looks like you're out here just talking to me?
No. You on your regular phone.
Okay.
You're not on your goggles.
Right,
You just see me talking to you, but it's not me because I have the fucking goggles on. Now, it probably will feel a little bit weird. It's like, okay, I'm talking to a computer, but eventually it will look exactly like you.
Yeah.
And does it mimic your, like if you're laughing, does the AI version laugh or?
I imagine.
Yeah.
It will get there eventually.
Yeah.
It's not there now.
Yeah. That's what that girl Sinead said. She was like, technology, the trend is that it gets smaller and closer to your body.
Yeah.
And that like, as these progress, they will get smaller.
You had a futurist.
Futurist,
Futurist on Camp Gagnon.
Sinead Bovell. But she was talking about this, and she like called this out like 4 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
On your pod?
Yeah. She was like, this is going to happen, and it's going to progressively get better, and it's going to replace a smartphone. So we're not going to be using our iPhones on a day-to-day basis, and this will be eventually what people are using, whether it's the goggles or whether it's just glasses or contacts or a neural link.
Google tried it with the Google Glass, and it just didn't.
Well, Google can never do hardware because they just don't have culture. And they just, and it probably was a little bit before its time. It didn't have like the technology. I don't think people will walk around with a headset that's that big.
Yeah.
What I can see them potentially doing, and apparently it's a little bit heavy and kind of cumbersome right now, But what I can see somebody doing is working with it. So instead of taking your laptop to work, you take that to work. You know who's not looking over your shoulder to see if you're actually doing stuff? Your boss, when you have it all on your goggles.
Yeah.
It's gonna get more comfortable. You can monitor things, you can text, you can do everything you need in complete privacy right here. And you can see what's going on in your world around you. So it's not like you can't see what's happening in the office. You're not worried about somebody like bumping into you or throwing something at you. I can see you, Alex, while I'm typing on my computer right here.
Yeah.
And multiple people work. Sorry, real quick. Multiple people to that point. Multiple people work with 2 screens, 2 monitors.
Yeah.
And you can have 4.
That's the thing. I didn't think people would use this at the office. This will be the new way to work from home because now you can get rid of that big desk and get rid of the office space in your
that
house.
you need the 4 different computers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Imagine you're a one of these Wall Street guys that has 3 different TVs going on the same time and a ticker on every single one of them and all your reports. And you're tapping in between all of them.
Now you can comfortably be on your couch, just have all your screens right here.
Yeah. She predicted that this will change like the way people decorate their homes, like interior decor completely changes because you no longer will need physical workspaces. You'll no longer need physical TVs.
That's just it.
And then on top of that, you're going to be able to walk around and you won't have physical advertisements. So you'll have curated ads the way you have on your phone that will pop up in the world virtually as you're walking through.
Oh, wow.
And then you can take them off, and then there's no more billboards that are clogging up all over the streets.
Question, isn't this kind of the idea of what NFTs was? Like, we're eventually going to live in this world and the art will be in this world on these glasses?
Oh, wait a minute, wait. You might still have billboards.
Cheaper.
But those billboards can be curated to your specific desires and interests.
Right. Yeah.
So there's just a QR code on it, or not a QR code, but whatever the equivalent is. It's a green screen. It is whatever it is. In a city, it would actually probably look uglier like this. Or maybe they find a way where it can look beautiful, right? It's like the billboard itself can just be a piece of art when you don't have the goggles on.
It also doesn't matter because we're all here anyway.
They do that for soccer games where the little banner that goes around the field
changes
based off of
depending on
where you live.
Exactly.
They'll change that.
Smart.
But there'll still be billboards because not everyone will be able to afford this. Most people actually won't be. So there'll probably just be more billboards.
Within
so
5 to 10
all
years,
the
though,
legacy.
it's only going to get cheaper. It's only going to get more accessible.
Eventually, people are going to have it. But what I thought was really interesting about this is oh, I forgot. Fuck.
I think the cool thing in the future when they have the Neuralink and then you have these things, so then you don't even have to do the whole clicking with your hand. It's like you're just thinking everything you want to do on the screen.
Play the song, and you're just thinking in your head.
Yeah, that's going to be the next shit.
Yeah, but everyone predicted it was going to be VR. Whereas like that NFT space where things were like all virtual, you're putting on the Oculus and now you're just like completely immersed in this quote unquote virtual reality.
Yeah.
And it seems like AR as of right now is like the better bet where it's an
It's
augmented.
so much better. And don't get me wrong, VR creates way funnier videos for the internet. Like, you know, people fighting a wall and running into shit, freaking out.
Climbing on a little rail over New York.
But AR creates the comfort to actually work.
Yeah.
I would feel uncomfortable if I was doing work in an office and I didn't know who was next to me, close to me, around me, anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like you'd think that you'd bang your coffee. There's so many things that could go wrong.
That was my issue with the Oculus. Just like trying to watch a movie on it or like play a game with it is like I would constantly be like, is there someone
right here?
No, but that's the thing. It has that setting already built in. Like it has the.
What I'm saying is you can with this. What we're saying is you can opt into it, but it exists also in augmented reality where you can see is augmented. You can see everything around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which I think is important for most of the use. Like if you're checking email, you're looking at all these other things, you want to be able to see the environment around you. If you're watching a movie and you want to totally lock in, sit down, you know you're not moving, lock in. And if at any point in time you want to see what's going on around you, you just turn it on.
So there's a space for both, but this allows you to live your day to day.
Yeah.
And then when you really want to go into the VR world, you do that and that alone.
This is more functional for day to day.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that's what Apple realized. Yeah, I think that's what Apple realized about it. Also, I thought it was really smart. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The fact that they're announcing it a year ahead of time. So it's not coming out for a year. And they did that so that the companies start making apps for this. Because it's a different operating system.
Yeah.
It's the Vision operating system or the Vision Pro operating system.
Right.
You basically have a computer in your head. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And So they're gonna make their apps for it. So by the time it comes out, you're not limited. Like when Oculus came out, you could play one game where you grab the fucking gun and you shoot the shit in the environment. Like there wasn't just a lot to do with it. And for me, I bought them, and then since I really couldn't do that much with it, or I felt I couldn't do that much with it, I just kind of lost interest. This, it's got to be seamless.
Yeah.
The second I put it on, I got my email, I got my Apple ID, everything's ready to go. I'm watching movies, I'm on a flight with it.
Yeah.
Think about us when we're flying almost every weekend. Like,
Yeah, on a flight, this is amazing.
and I like the fact, and Brownlee pointed this out, but I like the fact that the battery pack is external because it takes away the weight.
Off your head.
Adding all the weight to the already heavy thing, fucked up. You have it external and it's just something that you plug in and then it can be in your pocket or it can be your backpack or whatever the hell it is. So then it almost feels like a headphone wire.
Yeah.
And then you can get 2 battery packs if you're going and you need more than 2 hours. You know you're not going to be
plugged
by a plug.
directly into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Apple historically has done a good job of like making cool technology completely consumable by everyone. Where it's like, okay, the computer is like this niche thing that people are using in specific spaces. Let's democratize it where everyone can use it. Like the Palm Pilot and like work phones is like a very niche thing for like business people.
BlackBerry.
Let's democratize it. Everyone can get a phone. And hopefully this does the same thing where it's like, okay, the Oculus is cool. It's within this gaming community and people are using it for specific stuff. Let's democratize it. Everyone can use it for everyday life. So it'll be interesting if they can do it again. And if they can, I feel like this is be like the 3rd or 4th time that they've successfully done it.
So what can we think, what would we use it for? Miles, I know that you're into the tech stuff. Like, what are you looking forward to using the Vision Pro for?
I don't know. That's the hardest one for me. Is like, it's cool they're giving developers a year to use it, because I remember when the Apple Watch first came out, they did the same thing. They gave it like 6 months until it actually came out, and then they gave it to a bunch of people to actually make apps for it. And in the beginning, I was like, I'm not going to want an Apple Watch. When it first was announced, I was like, it doesn't itch anything for me. So I'm excited to see what use cases developers come out for with it. Same thing with Apple Watch. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know if Apple Watch is that impressive. And now I'm like, yeah, Apple Watches are wildly impressive. Text, call, the Ultra, all of that's gone really crazy and done cool stuff. So with the headset, I'm eager to use it. I'm so eager to try it out, but I don't know the exact use cases yet. And I'm excited to see other people find those use cases.
You'll see someone use it and go,
Oh, I
need
could do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with me with the Apple Watch. Is I saw you guys using, you were, I think, competing with workouts or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, it can track certain things.
Yeah.
What, Alex, you probably use Oculus the most out of all of us.
Well, I did, but just like you, I lost interest. Like this, I still don't really see a time I can use it, but I can see streamers loving this. Because if it can mimic your face, now it's like I can be a Twitch streamer or a YouTube streamer, and it's looking like you're looking straight at me. And at the same time, those streamers are looking at multiple screens while they're pulling up stuff and all that thing. So it's like, if you can integrate that, I can stream, you're seeing my face, I'm looking at this screen, I'm pulling this video in, and it'll be a much easier setup than having a camera, lights, da-da-da-da.
And you have your mouse that you're doing all this clicking. It's better if you're just running around.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I could see some...
I'm really excited for the content side of things, like content creation and content capture. So it takes 3-dimensional photos and videos using all the cameras on the outside.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be like, imagine we're taking
3D videos.
Our kids, or our parents took photos of us on like film, and then we're taking pictures of our kids or future kids on like iPhones, and then like it's going to be insane to think that like you're sending a video to someone and you put it on and you're like in the room watching a kid's first steps.
It's fucking Avengers Endgame with Tony Stark and his dad, that memory that he just lives.
Yes.
You're just in that shit.
And you get to put on the memory.
And you get to take it too. You can just hit the button and then it does the thing. I'm excited to see content creation.
This is some old man shit to say, but it is very cool to see, and I wonder if like past generations have felt the same way, but it's very cool to see technology catch up with the movies that we watched that were exhibiting technology that was far beyond our years.
Yeah.
So what we saw Tony Stark doing with Jarvis, we will very soon be able to do with the Vision Pro. Versions of it. But we have ChatGPT, which is something that we can ask questions, get answers to, interface to, like Jarvis. I mean, once they integrate, you know, their version of ChatGPT with this, think about what's think about that. Apple's AI let's call it fucking Banana. What is it? Hey, Banana, can you bring up my schedule for today? Schedule pops up on your Oculus. You're brushing your teeth. Ugh, move that thing to this thing, what over here? What's the best way for me to get sushi before 8 o'clock? These things are suggested. Could you call the block? Maybe it can. Maybe it can. Could you go on Resi?
There's auto schedulers and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what
It's
I'm
going to
saying.
be upgraded.
He's going to be
Siri.
Jarvis.
But what I'm saying is, since it's completely seamlessly integrated within your Apple world, everything can be done through Siri or whatever their AI function is.
Yeah.
Whereas the other auto schedules, you have to go to that scheduler and then it will apply it to the different schedules, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, we're just gonna be Apples. Right? Like, is that the future? Are we just do we just become the product ourselves?
That's why I think the big loser in this is Meta. Because Meta thought, and Meta's big bet was we're all going to be on the metaverse. We're all going to be Meta, Facebook. We're all going to be in that thing. We own, it's called the metaverse. Let's just call ourselves Meta. So the Meta world, we'll just call it the metaverse. It's indistinguishable. Everybody's going to live. Everybody's going to be ours. Then Apple just body these motherfuckers with the hardware. And then they got the Apple App Store.
Is Apple gonna create their content, movies, TV shows, specifically for the Vision Pro?
Probably
Is there
eventually.
a way that they can shoot it? Like, do you shoot it? I don't know if this gives you any advantage, but like shooting it wider than it really would be so that when you watch it with the Vision Pro, you can actually like kind of turn your...
Talking about Instagram?
No, I'm talking about like the Ted Lasso and all the shows. Like,
So just utilizing 360 cameras more.
but then you'd have to light 360, which would be really difficult.
Yeah, but like there's like on the Oculus, for example, there are YouTube channels that put stuff up.
That's 360.
Yeah. You can
Like, I
even
just
potentially
think that
like
becomes more
eventually
popular.
use AI to fill in the gaps that aren't present.
Yeah, what would the rest of the stadium look like? What would the rest of this
and I bet you
scenario?
they could just fill in a generic plate to be like, okay, I'm in a soccer stadium and I'm only seeing this square, but the rest of it would be this.
Dude, you know what else they could do? They could shoot wider. I mean, things might start to get a little fuzzy on the edges, but they could shoot everything just wider, film everything wider, crop in for what the regular folks that don't have the Vision Pro would be watching. And then if you do have the Vision Pro, you can, with it, access the angles yourself just by looking on the edges.
Imagine our podcast.
Yeah.
You either are allowed to jump into each camera, or there's one in the middle, and they're just like able to zoom in and go, "This is a shot I want. I want to focus on Andrew."
Oh, that's the NBA games thing.
My suspicion though
You
is that
have a little
people,
space on the couch for everybody.
I don't think people will actually want to do that. Personally, I don't think people will want to be too immersive too frequently. And
I think if they can find a way to do it with the person you want to watch it with, like if we all wanted to watch a movie and we found a way we're all sitting in that bitch, or we want to watch an NBA game, we find a way we're all sitting courtside talking to each other, having the experience. We're all watching Game of Thrones, Battle of the Bastards in the battle. Because right now it's just going to be your headset and then you're going to talk to your wife about it.
Yeah.
If
I
we're in it
don't know.
together, it might be, we could just chat and have the whole thing.
My suspicion is that most people won't do that. My feeling is that they'll be like, okay, there'll be a screen where I'm watching things, and then there's also going to be Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
And there's also going to be my email, and that's how I'm currently watching TV, which is like the screen here, but mostly Instagram, and then looking up, and then checking my email and kind of flicking through stuff. And I think that's going to be more what the layout will be. And it won't be necessarily as immersive, and maybe that will be an option, but I think it'll be more like multi-plane with different softwares implemented.
Yeah, I do subscribe to that because that's kind of how we watch things right now. Like right now, somebody has this on, they're looking at their phone for something, and there's their laptop where they're working. And if they have these, all those things could be operating harmoniously, and they could be tuning in to us, going back to their email, whatever, without even clicking out of Windows, just simply just kind of looking to the right slightly.
And that would be like the entertainment experience. And then I think the work experience is like, oh, I'm doing dishes around the house, or I'm cleaning, or I'm going to pick the kids up from school or whatever. And while I'm driving, I'm able to kind of like see a profile of a thing or my email thread or my text thread. And it's like just seamlessly integrated.
Once they have, I don't know if they can do this legally, but once the Apple Car comes out, then it's just a different version of that where your what is it called?
Well, it'd be autopilot anyway.
What is that? Yeah. Where your windshield. Okay, so if you're on autopilot, you don't have to worry about the driving. Now your windshield becomes an interactive screen, right? And it's just your computer screen. So you're looking out if you want. It's like that augmented reality thing, but it could also have your movie that's up here, your text coming in, Instagram, all the other stuff.
When do they make kid sizes for this shit? And you just see a bunch of kids sitting at the restaurant in their goggles, like
Yo, I think that's when it will fuck us up.
Oh,
I think right now that like you don't believe that you can, like nothing can. I mean, you were acknowledging earlier, like I'm on my phone way too much.
Yeah.
But I feel like when we start to interact with a piece of technology, we're like, this isn't going to take over my life. This isn't going to do anything to me. I'm an adult. I have, can make my own autonomous decisions. It's once you see a kid scrolling an iPad nonstop that you go, ooh, that's an issue.
Yeah.
They look addicted to that.
Yeah.
Watching Cocomelon nonstop.
And if it's the only way the parents can calm that kid down, and it's like you see all the iPad holders, like the rubber little alien or something, they just hand them out.
Yeah.
And that's for the plane.
I will
that's
say
for the
this, restaurants have gotten so much quieter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, I mean,
Yeah.
they should, you know how they're like, you need a suit jacket to eat here? They should hand kids iPads.
You need a rubber iPad.
Yeah, you need your iPad or the kid cannot enter the restaurant.
Also, I think the idea of autonomy is like kind of an illusion with technology and adults. I think they've hacked our brains so much that we think we're in control of when we look at the phone. We have no fucking clue how often we're on the phone. Because we're like, we're autonomous. We're making this decision. How many times have you opened up the phone and not known what the fuck you're looking for?
All the time.
And you're just like, why am I on this?
All the time.
They just hack the fuck out of our brain. That's why I'm also scared of it, because they are in there. They know how we think better than we know how we think.
As dope as this looks, I still don't think it's going to work. I think it'll be another VR Oculus. There'll be a community for it that it works for, but I think for most people, especially if you live with someone at home, it's like once you put that thing on your face, it's like that person's like checked out.
Yeah.
And it creates a really weird dynamic when you're at home with
Great call.
I don't know.
Great call.
I walk around with my AirPods and I have full conversations.
That's different. Like you can literally see your face. I can wave really quickly, get your attention. Like now, if I'm watching something with this thing on, I either have to yell loudly at you or tap you to get you to check you.
But I'm saying
You
that
do
if,
that
it's
with this,
AR,
right?
if it's AR, it's like, you can still see it.
Yeah, but you're still
There's a
like looking at
disconnect
screens.
when
so it's
someone
like
has ski
they have to
goggles
go in front of you,
Right.
get in your line of vision. It's just not as immediate as like, yo, hey, Mark.
I completely agree with you. That was the biggest issue with me when I got the Oculus, is that I was completely disconnected from my wife.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an issue for me, it was an issue for my wife. And I understand that. That makes perfect sense. So the way to fix this is to make them glasses. And the only way for them to be glasses is for them to start like this.
Yeah.
And then it gets
I think,
smaller
give
and
it
closer.
5
I mean,
years.
doesn't this
Glasses.
look like the first, what was it called? Was it the iMac? What was that like? There was an Apple computer that had like,
The round one? With
it was a little bit
translucent-
round and
it
had
was a little clear.
translucent different
Yeah,
colors, and it had a little handle on it. You could
Yeah.
carry it. So the iMac, it kind of almost looks like the first iMac. Like it's a little bit like kind of round and
bit.
big, and it feels bulky now. But once it's the size of your glasses right there, and it will fucking get there, you can be in it's like you're home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just takes longer than what people think.
It'll be
before
5
it gets
years.
there. No, I think it'll take longer than
10 years?
Because they've been working on Oculus for 10 years and it hasn't changed that
Fair
much.
enough. But
I think it's less.
Yeah.
well, who knows? Who knows? Whatever it is, it will get there. But in order for it to get there, this has to work. If this flops, they're not going to keep improving it and keep putting in the money for R&D. But if it does all right,
That buy-in, that's steep.
but maybe they price it at a point where they're like, this is only for the enthusiasts.
Early investor. cost.
Exactly. Like, we don't need this to be an iPod. We don't need this to be an iPhone. We don't need this to be that type of sensational breakout. It's priced at a point where just the people who are obsessed are going to buy it, and we can break even or make enough money where we can continue the investment and it's worth it. Because I agree, the price point is high.
Yeah.
This is not like a traditional consumer good.
But if the technology is groundbreaking, then the technology will persist.
All of the Apple products in the beginning were more expensive than I think you remember. Like the OG laptops, OG iPod, OG
That
iPhone.
iMac was thousands of dollars.
Yeah, the original
Really?
Yeah.
thousands. The original the original MacBooks were so for $7,000 in like today's money.
Wow.
iPods were more expensive than you remember. iPhones were incredibly more
You might be-
expensive
you might be
and
right.
super. They didn't have you couldn't send picture messages on the original iPhone. Like there's things
I was
that
gonna
people
say,
forget.
I think I remember the first iPhone not being very impressive.
There's
it was
things-
impressive for the time, but when we look back on it, it's like, this is
Yeah.
damn near primitive.
So like by the third or fourth iteration of this, you'll be like, oh, it's cheaper, ubiquitous, and I want it.
And does more.
And does a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really
And that's
interesting to
if
watch.
they
And
make
also,
it
there's
to
going to
the
be other companies
third or
getting,
fourth
you know how Android has started pushing Apple into doing like a bunch of shit that Apple didn't do? Just that's what competition does. There's going to be other companies doing their thing now. Oculus will step the game up. Whatever other new companies are trying to come in, they're going to go off of that, add little improvements. It's just going to keep pushing each other.
Yeah.
Thinner, better, whatever.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, guys. Anything else before we get out of here?
This is one random thought based on what you said about watching technology that we saw in movies become reality. Do you think the only thing that makes a science fiction type movie stick around is we still haven't gotten the technology yet? Like I'm thinking of Back to the Future. There was another movie I was thinking of. Oh, Star Trek. Star Trek stuck around because we still can't teleport. Back to the Future, we don't have flying cars, we don't have time machines, and there's probably tons of sci-fi movies that were huge back in the day, but now we got all that shit, and we're like,
so it's
oh,
not
bro,
sci-fi.
Yeah, it's just that shit is
just
reality.
fine.
Yeah. And I bet in Iron Man in 2023 or 2033, 43, they might look at it and be like, yeah, this is what we do.
We have a flying suit.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel watching old Batman. Like you ever see like the old Batman movie from like the 60s and it's like, I got a rope. I'm climbing the building. I'm like, that's not really super.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, there's a guy like Alex Honnold does that like for fun 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the thought I had,
interesting. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this recently with like every Marvel movie that comes out. It feels as if every movie or the new generation of these superhero movies is intertwined with different realities. This idea of the multiverse.
Yeah.
Every movie has the multiverse tapped into it. Why? Why is there this obsession with the multiverse?
To bring characters back.
So is it specifically to like reinfuse old IP into the newer stories?
For the most part. But this existed already in the comics. But they realized like there comes a time where either the hero dies and that was the big hit. And so they found ways like, you know, we can bring the hero back by doing this.
Here's what an idiot I am. I thought this was like a theory that we all could play with now.
Yeah, I thought this was new revelation.
Oh yeah, that is possible. That there's a infinite universes and I'm indifferent in every one of them.
Well, I think it's kind of both. I think it broke into like a scientific lexicon, like the idea of a multiverse.
Okay. Yeah.
Like in my opinion, feels like it has like reached like society in the last like 5-10 years. So I think it's like influenced culture, but it's been in the comics for a while. Yeah. And the money I think the money's greater with a multiverse. And on top of that, I think it's easier to write. Because you're like when you're confined to this little parameter of like what this reality is, there's only so many stories that can be told within it. And once you're able to be like, wait, they can transport to a different universe where the laws are completely different.
What is that term? Deus ex machina?
Ex machina, yeah.
Yeah, it is that in a lot of ways. It's like you're dead, but you in another multiverse isn't dead.
And
so.
God comes through and saves you, and now the story's different.
That's why it's like, I think Marvel going forward, it's going to be really hard for them to have like high stakes because it's like now if anybody dies, they don't really die.
I don't like the multiverse.
I mean,
I have to watch this movie, and I did like the other Spider-Man movie, but for that exact reason. Yeah. I don't like infinite opportunities, possibilities. I like being confined to reality. Bro, I almost had a fucking mental breakdown. I'm doing a crossword yesterday with my wife, and no, wait till you get it, because it is bad, bro.
It gets worse.
Dude, we're doing a crossword. It's not even the Sunday one. Sunday's the toughest crossword. Yeah. This is like a Thursday crossword.
Midweek crossword.
Midweek crossword. This is a run-of-the-mill crossword. I cannot get this fucking word, even though I know what it is.
Probably a hard word.
No.
What was the description?
It's probably a tough word.
I honestly cannot remember, but I got it. I got it. I go and it's the app, so you can actually try each letter. You can kind of cheat. I go through every letter of the alphabet. It's none of them. I'm like, I found a faulty crossword. I'm like vindicated. I'm like, I knew I was right. Okay? There's no fucking way. And I reset the app. I go back in. I type the letter that I think it's supposed to be. It's not it. I go, did I break the crossword? I try a number to be sarcastic. They put numbers in a crossword.
So it's a year.
They're using numbers, and the way you spell the number, those letters count within the word. I'm done.
Wait, so
How do you spell a number?
TWO for 2.
Oh, okay.
ONE for 1. So now those letters count in the spelling of the actual word. This is infinite possible. This is the multiverse. There's infinite possibilities now. It's too many possibilities. I start getting anxiety. I don't even want to do this fucking crossword
Did we
anymore.
all just hear the same thing?
What?
There was never like actual numbers in crossword puzzles, so you would have to always spell out the number.
He's saying you can put the number.
Put the number in. And
Oh,
in that
so it's the other way around.
In that one box, you would put, let's say, 2.
Oh, okay.
But the spelling of 2 counts.
Whoa. That's kind of hard.
So, for example, let's say the word is
One up.
1 up.
Okay.
No, because that's like there are ones where it's like, bro, it's too
like
sophisticated.
21 Pilots, the band.
Petite fours. Petite fours, what is it called? They're appetizers.
Petit four.
Petite four. Okay? It was French appetizers, something like that. I go, that's petite fours. I know that as petite fours, right? I spell petite. Petites. I'm like, I got that part right.
Nailed
There's
it.
too many more fucking boxes. I'm like, what? There's not enough boxes for me to spell fours. What the fuck is this shit?
Okay.
Petites, the letter 4, and then an S.
That's crazy. Because that's how you spell that word in French is just F-O-U-R.
F-O-U-R. There's infinite possibilities. This is nuts. MAGA.
I don't know if it's
We
infinite.
need to make. We need to
What
make
does that have to do with
America great again.
MAGA?
To finish that,
We
you
need to
put-
make America
you
great
put the
again, bro.
number
We need to
on
make.
four?
Where's Trump? We need Trump back, bro.
What does Trump have to
Honestly,
do with the
this is the
crossword?
most disrespectful thing the New York Times ever done. This is fake news. This is fake news. This is the most disrespectful thing. You can't go into a crossword, and now the possibility of numbers is enter. My brain shuts down.
It's not
I can't do
endless.
it.
It's just an additional.
It's endless now.
Because if you know the answer, I don't know, I don't do crosswords, but if you know the answer, then you would just,
Well, if you don't do crossword,
then you just, I can't be F-O-U-R-S, so it must be number 4. There's only one more possibility now.
but every word could also be spelled with the number.
But no, not
But
every word
only
has a
words
number.
with numbers.
Do you know how many different words could potentially fit into these things?
Okay, so we are here at the same.
Yeah.
No, but
trying to think
you guys don't do crosswords, so you don't know. you guys are clear don't do crosswords. The hints for the crossword are very simple. It's like, be quiet. What's a,
Shut up.
or silence, or there's a million different synonyms for shut up, and any one of those can fit there. But you're like, if you only have enough letters for shut up, you would go, okay, well, it has to be shut up. Now you introduce numbers.
But how would a number
a
be in-
5-letter word can be a 9-letter word.
How would a number be in shut up?
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's petite fours.
That has
It's petite fours.
that has a number.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the boxes for it. Why don't you
No,
get it?
I get it. So your frustration is like, hey,
That's who's agreeing with you. Frustration.
No.
Frustration is agreeing with you.
Your frustration
Well, he said
is.
the letter 4.
Yeah, I
so
know, yeah.
we're all.
That's why he threw us off.
Ready? I
He
got
kept
you.
saying
I got
the
you.
letter
Ready?
4.
Here it is.
But there weren't
Listen,
4
listen.
boxes
Okay,
for 4.
There
were 2 boxes.
No, there
So
was
that's
one.
what-
One box, 4. And then the end was S.
Oh, they gave you the S.
I had to find the S. That's
Petites,
insanity.
2 boxes left. Petites 4S.
That's insanity.
Yeah, so I
a little
get that
insane.
frustration.
No, let me
I
make it
get
more
that.
frustrating. Ready?
If there was just 1 box,
then it makes
and a
sense.
number, then it makes sense.
But
But the
it's
two boxes, that don't
no,
work.
wait. Let me get crazier.
But now you know.
Let me get crazier. Ready?
So now it's not that crazy.
These make up a skeleton. What is it?
Bones.
Oh, I got this.
Okay. But what if it's only 3 boxes?
B1S.
No one would think that.
No.
That's wild.
No one would think that.
That's not an option, though.
Because
That is what they do now, Alex.
1 is in bones.
Exactly.
the number
1 is in bones.
No, that's not. No.
They
You're
do
justified.
it.
You're justified.
That's
You're
not.
justified.
They do it.
You're justified.
They do
My
it.
bad. My
They
bad.
do
My
it.
bad.
not.
My bad.
That's
It's
not.
disgusting.
This is the first time
It's
ever
disgusting.
he's justified in his stupidity.
No,
First
that,
time.
I don't
First
think.
time.
I
No,
don't
that
think
is
people
one.
do that.
That is one. They have
Force,
several
you
like
understand
that.
why Force doesn't seem that crazy because it's the number Force.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
B1S is asinine.
But that's what they do.
Shut down the New York Times.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
If
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
they're
I'm
doing.
saying.
Shut it down.
If that's what they're doing.
I don't think that's
I
what
don't
they're
believe
doing.
they could
These
be that
liberal
fucking
cocks are
crazy.
turning numbers into letters.
I think he made it up.
Nothing has an identity anymore.
There's translators,
They're
dude.
translators.
Bro.
Nah, you justified, bro.
What do
I
you
don't
put on a
believe
lure
you,
to catch
but
a fish?
You justified.
Go.
What do you put on a lure to catch a fish?
Feathers.
Worms?
B8.
Bait. They did that.
No, they don't.
They did that.
No, they
2
don't.
letters?
They did that.
How do you
Because
catch a
8
fish?
No, because it's
Not
not even
eight.
8 is EIGHT,
Exactly.
and bait is not spelled
I'm
BEIGHT.
progressing the form.
All right.
They did one like that too.
No, they didn't.
Bro, I'm telling you.
didn't.
Screenshot
I don't even-
this,
I
please,
don't
and
even
we'll put
think.
it in the pod.
Let me tell you something.
I think he's lying.
Al, let me tell you something right now. I swear to God, I've never been this frustrated in my life. I stopped
you've been
playing
pretty
it.
frustrated.
I was like, you gotta let me know if letters is in this motherfucker.
All right, wait. What was worse, this or the guy who put the salad dressing from his keyboard? Which one was worse?
This is worse.
I
If
would
that's what they're doing.
I would eat that salad daily before I play another crossword that has fucking numbers in it. I mean, it just erodes all your confidence. You're like, there's no way I can guess this. There's
I still
infinite
don't believe
possibilities.
it. I still
I
don't
don't
believe
believe
it.
What, I'm gonna spin around. I don't know what to do here. Get up the New York Times fucking crossword
Bob,
right
you
now.
look
Somebody,
like
do you have it on your phone?
You're a crossword nerd.
I know. I'm
Is it
messaging a
accurate?
crossword puzzle constructor for the New York Times. He's a magician and enigmatist. These guys are wild boys.
Tell him I said fuck
Don't worry,
you,
he could be
you
on
dumb
Camp Gag
fuck.
What did you just? What word did you just say?
Enigmatist. They're at the Kennedy Center.
I tell him I'm so fucking upset at him for this stupid shit.
Which day did you do it?
Can we call
That was
him?
like a Thursday or something like that. I can actually give me. Are you at the New York Times app? Because I could tell you the.
Trying.
You pull it.
I'm on the website.
No, it's the New York Times crossword puzzle. I actually looked up the people who did the one.
Name?
You found them?
Yeah, because it tells you on every single one who the people who constructed it. So I mean,
If Bones is B1S, that's a real problem.
it gets more complicated. It was Bones was within. It was like the Lovely Bones, and Bones was
No, that's
spelled
not-
B1S.
I have to see it because in my mind they can't be that fucked. They can't be that stupid. That's stupid.
Nobody
They're
can get
that
that.
fucked.
Nobody can get that. Nobody can get that.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Why are you bailing them out?
I know. How do you think it got?
He's justified in
How you
this
think
one.
it got?
If what he's saying is accurate, he's justified in this one. This is the first time he's justified in his frustration ever.
Michael Schlossberg? Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me
It
pull
would
up
be.
here.
It would be. Guys, thank you so much. Toronto, surrounding areas, anybody in the world that wants to come to that show, we are going to make it special. Thank you guys so much, obviously, for all the support over the years, Toronto. So, yeah, this is going to be the culmination of a decade of work and investment and making something very, very special in that city. I'm incredibly grateful for the support. I know that we are all incredibly grateful for the support, so we're gonna make sure that that night is worth everyone's while. I promise that. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. So make sure you go get that. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you soon. Peace.